Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast. Sancho is doing his best impression of the Masked Man. Go, whoop, 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 you can't see me. Sancho, I'm sure we'll talk about it more, but a lot of the people from our Patreon are saying that might have been the silliest, dumbest opening to Monday Night Raw in a very, very long time. Have you got any initial thoughts on the magical hats play of Seth Rollins? My favorite part was, hey, there's Seth Rollins, and then Adam Pearce goes, get in the ring, Seth Rollins, and then he puts on his mask, and then they all go in the ring, and then they jumble each other up, and then they dissipate, only to reveal Seth Rollins. Why did they hide Seth Rollins only to reveal Seth Rollins? I don't know. It was all silly and stupid, and I laughed hysterically.
He became Batman using scare tactics and deception.
Yeah, but it was. I think they were trying to be like Batman League of Shadows,
yeah,
but it turned out into
League of Shadows.
But it turned into more Scooby-Doo than League of Shadows. That's to me the problem. It was just. I think it was cooler in their head than it ended up being.
We are the League of Shadows. Oh, remember that scene in Batman when they're all lined up and he starts cutting the things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To figure out who is Liam Neeson. I 100% agree. Like in rehearsal, I could see them go like, "Oh yeah, man, it's gonna be really, really cool." And then you're gonna do this, and then I couldn't tell who you were, man. That looks really cool.
It was so bad.
Wait for Unreal for that entrance. And then we thought, why don't we make the Masked Man like bats? And then he just travels by masked men.
I think, listen, I don't know that there was any salvaging that, but there are these guys on NXT called Dark State. They got really cool, like, dark strobe lighting as part of their entrance. If maybe, like, the dark strobe lighting, like, hit when they were trying to jumble, it might have looked a bit more League of Shadowy and less Scooby-Doo-ish. Maybe it could have made it look better. But it was one of those segments where I'm like, man, I hope no one walks in while I'm watching this.
What they should have done, if it was up to me, Sancho, the producer, the content creator, the mastermind, lower the lights so you can't see the audience and the ring is just in silhouette. And then imagine you don't see who's these masked figures. They're all coming out and they're moving on, and then they all do the thing and it looks cooler. Like it was too bright. It's like the club lights were on, you know what I mean? When the club lights come on at 2 a.m., it's like time to go. And you're like, oh my God, what was I doing? What am I playing?
Yeah, who am I dancing with? Who are you?
Who are you? If they only did it once, I think I would have tolerated. But when they did it twice, the second time was a lot cooler. Okay.
No, I disagree. Sorry, I agree. I agree. The second time was cool. The first time, not only was it not cool, it was functionally unnecessary. Like actually functionally unnecessary. They hid Seth Rollins to reveal Seth Rollins. It made no sense.
Do you know who's one of the masked men? An honorary masked man for life?
Who?
Why? Come on.
Manti?
Yes,
sir.
He's a masked man, dude. This is crazy, man. What a world we're living in. We're on the road to Mania, baby. We're not looking back.
Dude, I don't know. We might not be looking back, but we might be looking like sideways. Like, what is happening right now? Who are you people? And what is happening to this road to WrestleMania? Folks, welcome to the Wrestling is Cool podcast, the coolest wrestling podcast on the planet. Now, don't forget, of course, that you could be getting this podcast 3 days earlier than everywhere else on the planet, exclusively over on patreon.com/SantiZap. If you feel like you can wait, then you can get it on free feeds on the Friday. That's fine. But just know that over on the Patreon, not only do you get it 3 days early, because you also get the Raw reviews, the SmackDown reviews, the PLE reviews, the every episode of Match Club that we're doing, and every one that we've already done. Currently ongoing series like me watching and ranking every NXT TakeOver main event. Sancho's currently ongoing series of watching and ranking every single Elimination Chamber match ever, and completed series like Ryback in Review, watching and ranking every Royal Rumble, watching and ranking every John Cena World Championship win and loss, watching and ranking every single Undertaker WrestleMania match, as well as every Royal Rumble match. There are thousands of hours over on the Patreon, and you will have instant access to all of those for just $5, ladies and gentlemen. $5 gets you all of the content, but if you want to go above and beyond and become a $15 patron, not only do you get to be part of the credits at the end of the show, but you also get our movie nights watch along. The last one we did this Friday, we watched The Scorpion King. That was a lot of fun. It was. I didn't think it was very good. I don't think that movie held up.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't. It didn't hold up for me. I liked it a lot more. Let's say I liked it a lot more when I was a kid. And I don't even think it's like a product of the time, Sancho, because we've watched movies from that version of The Rock early in his career, and I like the rundown more. I really did. I think for me, my problem was that Matthias, the character that The Rock played, just, I don't know, like, it just wasn't a very charismatic character.
Wow.
And the Rock, he was the people's champion, and then he just wasn't, very charismatic in that role. I feel like anybody could have played Matthias, not just The Rock.
I'm going to need you to say you're sorry, Oos. How dare you? How dare you?
I'm sorry. It didn't do it for me.
I am ratting you out to Dwayne.
Oh, well, do you think he's going to be upset that I didn't love the Scorpion King?
Dude,
all you're trying to do is try to one-up getting ratted out to Obafemi, because getting ratted out to Obafemi is still scarier. It's still way scarier than the final boss.
Whoa, I'm going to tell Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
It doesn't land.
Rockhausen.
Listen, there is a 0% chance we're all gonna be in the room with The Rock. There is a percentage chance we're all gonna be in a room with Oba. It's gonna be scary when I rat you out.
The Rock has a relationship with Fortnite. The Rock, the foundation, is coming back to Fortnite this season.
Oh, sick.
Next season. The showdown. Who is Mr. Fortnite in this community? This guy. I am the only person in the world that tweets about wrestling and Fortnite. Epic Games told me this. That's the reason why I went to SummerSlam to Nashville. And I was rubbing elbows with Stephanie McMahon.
How'd that conversation go? That's what I thought, you coward.
She's scared.
If you're too scared to go up to Stephanie, you think you're going to have the guts to go up to The Rock? No. I'm not concerned about you at all, brother. You don't scare me. Meanwhile, for a fact, I will happily put you on a platter to Obafemi, and I'll do it with a smile. I will. Well,
snitches get stitches.
That's fine. That's all right. Stitches can be cool. They leave cool scars from time to time.
But you're going to need to apologize to The Rock.
I need you to apologize. All right. Listen, I know we have a lot of topics here. It's just it's something that I've had on my mind. And I know that it's weird to start with Penta. That Penta promo that he cut on Monday Night Raw after winning the Intercontinental Championship, it was obviously like a nice, by the way, his English gotten much better since the start when he came to WWE for Raw Netflix at the start of last year.
San Jose.
Yeah. Sancho, either walk me off a ledge or take me down the ledge, whichever you like here, What did I feel world championship vibes from Penta there? I felt like it would have looked great if he had the world heavyweight championship with him. Like, that promo felt like, oh my God, I could see Penta holding the world heavyweight title. I don't care if it's for a 1 PLE cycle or 2, but it felt like he was world championship material for that moment. And I think maybe for me, what won me over is that no one else cuts a promo like that. It stands out from amongst the pack. It's so different. It's so intense. It's so emotional. It's so real, while also being over the top and superhero-y. It's a unique promo style that's so only available to Penta. Like that seems to be part of his repertoire that nobody else seems to have. And it worked so well on me. I was so invested in everything that he was saying, to the point where I said in the Raw review, dude, like, if that's the Penta that we're going to get with this IC title run, if they let him cut more promos like this, I could genuinely see him as a world champion in the WWE. Like, I really don't think that I'm overreaching here. That's what my gut reaction was hearing Penta's promo. Am I too delusional here? Not that I think that he'll win. I just felt like he felt like a world champion, as opposed to, like, I don't know that WWE will ever give it to him.
Where do you see the problem then? You seem like it's not like an inspirational thing. Like you seem like it's like a bittersweet revelation that you're having.
I think for me it's bittersweet because I don't ever see WWE giving him a world heavyweight championship.
Why not?
I mean, sure, they gave it to Ray. They did. Ray was, I do think, at the end of the day, an exception, not the rule. But maybe Penta can become the exception and not the rule. I do think that there is a possibility there. I also think with Rey Mysterio, it was a perfect storm of his popularity, plus the passing of Eddie Guerrero, and WWE wanting to capitalize on the passing of Eddie Guerrero, as messed up as that sounds. I don't know that we'll have a perfect storm like that with a Penta, but I think Penta's promos are better than Ray's. I do genuinely believe that. I think his intensity is more real, more believable. I think, you mentioned the hesitation that I have of like fully buying into it, even though like me personally, like I'm in, that'd be great. I just don't see WWE ever actually pulling the trigger on a Penta.
How does that make you feel?
It doesn't make me feel great. Because it's kind of like a revelation of like, man, like there's probably more hidden gems like Penta that could be world champion that'll never get the opportunity to be world champion, who might not even ever get the opportunity to showcase themselves to have potential to become world champions, because there is this very clear bottleneck that WWE has, this very demanding divide that they sometimes refuse to break away from. Like I think of, for example, a Chelsea Green. Like, it feels like that's such an artificial barrier that they've placed upon her. Oh, no, she's the one that makes the main eventers looks good. But why? She can talk, she can wrestle, she's got the look, everything, but she has been relegated to a particular position that might never see the light of a world championship. And I think a lot of people fall into that regard, and that's kind of like what I had a little bit of a revelation with when it came to Penta. It's like, dude, he can be. But I don't know that he ever will be, because he has probably this set place that WWE wants him to be a part of, probably for the rest of his career.
Is it because as well that you may be impatient?
I don't know that it's impatience, because I've also been watching for 20 plus years. And I feel like I have enough of a sample size to be able to realistically say, like, this is the type of person that WWE will give a world championship to versus the type that they don't. Then sometimes WWE will turn it upside down and give a Jinder Mahal a world championship. I don't think
Jinder Mahal,
nice. I don't think it's impatience. It could be. Do you think it's impatience? Like, do you think there is a roadmap there for a Penta World Heavyweight Championship?
Oh yeah. I think the impatience is lack of a better word. I mean, I am intrigued by your notion here, and this is a safe place by all means. I do think that it being an intercontinental title and holding it for a while is the start. Like, that's the road, that's the path. You become the IC title holder and you have a great reign, and then you move on to the heavyweight. I think it is a much more realistic path for him to do that than anywhere else. And considering that Drew did win the title for the Undisputed, I mean, sure, United States to Undisputed is path. It's this the thing that I've been kind of talking about in my soapbox for years. But I do see Intercontinental into heavyweight for sure. I mean, it's plausible if, okay, for example, Jinder. How did Jinder become a title holder, a world title holder?
Yeah,
he had the amazing physique change, right?
Yeah,
and then the WWE was encroaching into India, opening that market. Other people will say otherwise. Jinder may say otherwise as well, but that was on the business side of things while he was becoming champion. So who's to say if Penta, they want to get more involved in Mexico? They already have AAA. They want to keep pushing that forward. Maybe they make him hold on to the title for a PLE cycle, like you mentioned.
That'd be cool.
I think it's possible. It's possible. I don't see anyone beating Penta right now that's in the IC title picture, because there is no damn picture, because Dom was on ice forever. The only threat to Penta hold would be the Sheamuses, the Rusevs, the Obafemis of the world could be the one that could slow down Penta. You have to I feel like my question for you is, do you feel like Penta is part of a new class of WWE superstars? Even though he's a veteran in the pro wrestling space, is he part of the new class, which include his brother Ray?
I guess I don't really know what the new class really even entails. Like I think of like a new breed of people coming in. You know, I think of like Javon, Oba,
Ricky.
Trick, but that doesn't
Ethan.
like that to me doesn't scream Penta. Because you know, we've got these guys coming in from the developmental system, these guys that are that are being molded specifically by WWE to be a very particular certain way. Penta was never part of that. Ray Phoenix was never part of that. So I don't know that Penta really falls into that new breed, that new generation. He almost feels like he still to me feels like a not WWE product, and it is often those not WWE products that don't get those world title opportunities. There are very few exceptions to that rule, like an AJ Styles. AJ Styles obviously Booker T as well. You know, they brought in this legacy of being world champions elsewhere and known commodities. Penta, sure, Impact world champion, but definitely not the same pedigree and resume of like an AJ Styles. I wish I was more confident in WWE's outlook to guys like Penta, because like I said, he showed me like, man, like this is a guy that absolutely can be a world heavyweight champion. And I wish that WWE was in a place to experiment with guys like Penta.
Let me retract my question and ask a better question. What about the Ray replacements? Because that is the class that Penta's in. That is the helm that he's going after. The WWE has been looking for that Rey Mysterio replacement forever. They seem to get the biggest, best luchadors from Mexico, and it never pans out.
Right. I think
can Penta reverse the curse?
I think I have to go all Socrates here for a second and and answer your question with a question.
Sure.
What does being the Rey replacement mean? Is it a popular Mexican luchador with ties to Latin America to expand to that market? Or is it a big merch mover? What is the Rey replacement in that situation? Because Kurt Angle will tell you, you know, from in the early Ruthless Aggression days, that like Rey was an insane merch mover, like moved more merch than like almost anyone else in those early days with the mask. Like, I don't know that Penta is moving merch like a Rey Mysterio. I know that, like, for example, Jey Uso is. And what did they do with Jey Uso? World Championship, right? So is the Rey replacement a merch mover, or is it a cultural foothold in Lucha Libre in Latin America? I think that's a question that requires answering before I can really see Penta as the Rey replacement.
I think the answer is he is groomed and set up to be molded into be that Rey culture impact. I mean, the mask itself is iconic already. Like, you see the silhouette, boom, but it's not. Is it on that level when you see Rey's silhouette? You know, that's Rey Mysterio on a culture level. I mean, we already seen Penta kind of bleed into the NFL, right? With George Kittle, who absolutely loves him, and he introduced that into the NFL sphere. He could continue to grow in pop culture as well. The WWE Rocket is behind him. But I thinking that is the track for Penta. Everybody from Paul Heyman, from his initial promo, if you see the Unreal, like, they all say, like, this dude has something, and we got to do something with Penta. And it's so interesting to me to see that the AEW part, I don't think is a factor here. I don't think people would hold that against him in the WWE, because they're his now. They're like, he's ours now. He's the WWE's now in their eyes. He's ours in their mind. So I think, to answer your question, yeah, it's a culture impact. And I think he has successfully done that because he's getting it over with those promos that are so unique. They come from the heart. There's so much passion. And if you dissect the words, yeah, dude, they're from the 80s. You know what I mean? I am a real champion. And just like you, the people at home, my people at home, you know, you could do it. I chase the dreams and things like that sort.
I believe that. I was like listening to it, and I'm like, dude, I want to better my life.
Yeah. And then when he cuts in Spanish, you know, and it hits a little bit harder, and those are the greatest things about Penta that no one else could touch him on the roster. But if Cody Rhodes would say a promo like that, you'd be like, oh, this dude's so lame, right? He's so lame, boo. So I think Penta is in rare air, but I think the biggest thing that we're uncovering here is not about Penta, Santi. It's your untrustfulness in other. You can't trust the WWE to get what you see.
I think I'm more cynical. I think
you
I'm
are
more cynical here. For maybe for better or for worse, better in that, like, I don't really get my heart broken as much when guys that or girls that I think should be getting, the big spotlight never get it. But also, it can kind of ruin the whims of like hoping that eventually does happen. And funny enough, it comes back to it. I still think that's part of the damage of a show like Unreal. I did not need to know that WWE does not see Chelsea Green as a world champion. What good does that do for anybody? Think about it. Like, what good does that do for anybody? Maybe it generates, like this fan support for Chelsea. Like, oh, no, yes, she is. She absolutely is world championship material. But to me, all that did for me is like, wow, really? Because I do. How do you not see that? It just kind of feeds into that cynicism of me not seeing eye to eye in the same way that WWE sees some of the characters that they portray to us on TV.
To be fair, Michael Hayes did retract and apologize for his statement.
Yeah, because Taker called him out. Yeah, it's different. If like Sean Ross Sapp asked of Fightful Select, or you asked of Wrestling is Cool, I think he would be like, yeah, I'm sticking to my statement. He got called out by Taker. Like, if you get called out by Taker, you're probably going to retract whatever it is that you say.
I think it's because Taker realized that Unreal uncovered with that Michael Hayes soundbite uncovered too much. But I dare present another case of this. Karrion Kross revealed this too. Karrion Kross in his documentaries revealed that he hit a glass ceiling, and he was told that he's moving merch and he's doing great things.
Great example, yeah.
He was doing trending really well, but his merch wasn't in the building. He had to ask about it. His fans asked about it.
It wasn't supposed to be him.
It wasn't supposed to be him.
It wasn't supposed to be him. That sucks. That sucks, dude. And that to me is part of my cynicism with Penta. Is it supposed to be him ever? I don't know.
Well, the thing is like there's no other person in that roster like Penta.
Yeah.
You can't.
I agree fully.
You could clearly see that the WWE thought there was another Karrion Kross on the roster. Aleister Black. That's what they did. They're like, we can't sign Karrion. We're not agreeing on numbers, but we like what we're doing with Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Let's give it to Zelina and Aleister Black. But can they do that with a Dragon Lee? Can Dragon Lee come out there and cut a promo like as passionate as Penta? No. They tried with Sin Cara in the past to replace the cultural significance of Rey. Didn't hit. I mean, they put him in that Scooby-Doo movie. Damn, they really tried, didn't they? What language did he speak? What language did he speak?
Was it like luchador or whatever it was?
It was luchador. Good Lord.
And only Cena could translate luchador, which was so funny.
Movie night. You're missing out.
Yeah.
So they tried with Sin Cara, Kalisto, the Lucha Dragons. They tried with who else did they tried with? There's so many names.
I mean, they're trying by just the simple purchase of AAA, right?
Right. And even with Rey Fenix, right?
Yeah.
Those are the biggest luchadors that they're bringing in. I see it. I think even Octagon Jr. hasn't even came on the roster after they signed him. So there's always all these opportunities, but I do think that the saving grace, I think the safety net for you, at least the thing that you could go to bed soundfully at night, is that there is AAA involved. And they could still make him a world title champion over there, be the Mega Campeon, and that could be a good little launching point as well to the world heavyweight title. There's options here, man, for everybody on the roster. And what I have to say as well, just give him a long reign, dude. It's fine. It'll be okay, Santi. That's what I want to tell you. It's okay, Santi. It's going to be okay, Santi.
I'm sure people were not expecting the show to start off with a 20-minute existential conversation about Penta. So let's move on to some of the big things that happened on WWE TV. Sancho, were you aware that we got a new WWE champion? Did you keep track of this? Yeah.
Yeah,
new
AJ
WWE
Lee.
champion. Yeah. WWE champion that nobody ever saw coming, Cody Rhodes. What do you want to talk about? Cody Rhodes defeats Drew McIntyre very predictably, unfortunately, to become our new WWE champion to set up Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. I'm obviously going to get
wait. I have a bone to pick with you.
Okay,
I didn't
hit
like
me.
you said something that irked me a little bit in one of your little videos. You
Okay.
said,
Why do you
"Hey,
call
man."
them little videos? They do very well.
I gotta keep you humble, baby. I gotta keep you humble. You said, doesn't matter how we're getting there, we're going to Disneyland. Who gives a damn?
That's
How we
not
got
what I
there.
said. You are
Yes, you said-
paraphrasing.
Yes,
No.
that's what you said. You said
Listen-
we're going to Disneyland. Who cares? That's what you said. What'd you say?
No. I said, let's use the Disneyland example.
The example you said?
You shouldn't complain about going to Disneyland. Disneyland is still
Okay.
Disneyland. That's the happiest place on earth, right? I said in that very same video, oh boy, this road trip fucking sucks. What are we doing? This is miserable, but at least we're getting to Disneyland. That is I will never, Sancho, I will never complain about getting Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. I will never complain about going to Disneyland, but that road trip was problematic.
Oh, brother. It's clear to me your ass never been on a road trip with two kids to Disneyland, because it does matter, my friend. It does matter. It affects the entire vacation. Even when you're sitting there at Disneyland riding that Dumbo ride and you got your Mickey Mouse ice cream bar, you're sitting there, you remember the ride, the road trip to Disneyland. It affects everything. You know why? Because you get bickery while you're at Disneyland. You're sitting there in those hour-line ride lanes. You're just sitting there and you're getting all pissed off that you had to waste your time to get there. You go and realize you spent thousands and thousands of dollars to get to Disneyland. And it's clear to me, Santi, that it should matter. We lost a key figure, a tentpole in the future of the WWE. And you just shifted it and you shoved it underneath the rug. You rolled up the body and you shoved it into the water.
Oh no, the body's there. The body's cold in the freezer, brother. There's no hiding the Drew McIntyre sized body that WWE left behind here. I'm just saying, you will not hear me slander Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. It's a match that people have wanted. I really dislike how we got here, dude. It just,
oh yeah, for sure.
It just felt like, all right, we have to get here, and we don't care what illogical decisions or who we damage in the process to get to this match. And I have a problem with that. I really do. Okay, cool. We get to Randy Orton versus versus Cody Rhodes. Fine. There were ways to do this so much better. Way number one, Sancho, Drew just wins at WrestlePalooza. That fixes literally everything. Everything. Because first and foremost, part of the problem is that like a lot of people didn't feel like that was a very long reign from Drew McIntyre with very many matches, and that's all true. WrestlePalooza was the perfect place to give Drew McIntyre that championship win, considering, Sancho, that being a world champion is already kind of inconsequential in the fall because you've got Crown Jewel, you've got usually getting added to Survivor Series War Games, you got the dead spot of December. It's a perfect time to experiment with a new champion. And had he lost it, okay, fine, whatever, at the start of the year, whatever, fine. The other problem, too, that I have is just I don't know, like insultingly illogical contract situation. Why even like handcuff yourself to creating this contract if it's not going to matter? Drew, get a lawyer. Better call Saul. It's in writing. What's the justification, Sancho? Oh, well, Drew, you broke your word, so I'm going to break mine. Yours wasn't a word. Yours was a contract. Signed, sealed, delivered, notarized, laminated. Was it
Joe Henry, Rusev's lawyer?
Yes. Joe Hendry. Wait, yeah. He wasn't. Was he a lawyer?
Yep,
no,
he was a.
Ciampa was Rusev's lawyer. He was something else. He was like a Russian ambassador.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, I hate that. Like,
or Bandito. Bandito's a real lawyer.
Why handcuff yourself with this? Like, you can't go for a rematch thing if it's just not gonna matter anyway, brother. If it's just not gonna matter, why even throw that storyline device in there? There's just no thought or care here. It's just, we have to do Cody Randy. Do it. Doesn't matter what we break along the way. We have to get there. And I do have a problem with just the forceful way to get to Cody versus Randy. But I'm not going to have a problem with Cody versus Randy. That's my thoughts.
When you're sitting there with your turkey leg, you ever been to Disneyland?
I have Tokyo in Orlando.
Oh, you're sitting there with your turkey leg and the parade goes by. You're not going to care, right? You're not going to care about Drew McIntyre on the side of the road. I think that is
for money.
I think that is the thing that they don't understand, that they hurt the stock of Drew the most. Drew McIntyre, who had a unbelievable 2020s when he first took over as a babyface, he like slaved the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Come on, man. That was the guy that you gave the title back to. And unfortunately, you defaulted back to him complaining. And Santi, the reason why they cut the contract and all those things is to give him ammunition to go up against the machine. I still think the best thing to do is to get him out of that Jacob Fatu thing, because Jacob Fatu versus Drew is surface level, doesn't add much to both of them. They won't benefit from each other like Damian versus Drew.
What if it's a Sin City street fight?
Oh my goodness. Part two, where Drew is a veteran for. I still think the missing piece is Nick Aldis. It would be the saving grace. It'd be that, hey man, at least we got Magnus in the ring against Drew McIntyre, and then that would be like, okay, it was worth it. It was worth it to put Drew on this side quest.
But Sancho, now be cynical for a second, as opposed to wishful. Okay. Be cynical about what you know from WWE. With your cynicism, do you see Nick Aldis getting involved in this?
I think the Nick Aldis trigger would have been pulled a long time ago, because I agree. Like plenty of opportunities to get him in the ring.
I'm going to go back to what you said initially. I think this is just surface level Drew versus Fatu. And that's a significant, and no disrespect to Fatu, but that is a major drop off to the stock of Drew McIntyre. And that sucks.
I do declare that Jacob Fatu is needed elsewhere, my friend.
You think with all this stuff going on with maybe the Bloodline, which we'll talk about here?
I'm saying, dude, if Solo shows up on Raw, if Jacob Fatu comes back and shows up on Raw, and then you're like, damn, CM Punk, you're in trouble.
That's something I said in the follow-up hot takes to my Monday Night Raw. Is what's fascinating about this, albeit like it is pointing out the hypocrisy of like, hey, it's fine for this guy to blatantly insult a dead man in Dusty Rhodes and call him irrelevant, an irrelevant legend that's not around anymore. But when Punk even so much as scrapes the surface of insulting the Bloodline, it is an implosion. And I love the fact that the Usos went out there. And one of the things that I said is this Bloodline is so long and vast and so afraid of surface level insults to their bloodline that this could bring, like I even said straight up, like Zilla, this could be the Zilla Fatu debut. Maybe that is like the big moment at WrestleMania or whatever. The Rock, like you said, Fatu, Solo. So there could be a place for Fatu that isn't just McIntyre.
I said it on the podcast here. It's like, if there was such a out of character line that it could have if it brought back the Bloodline, it would mean a lot. I didn't think they'd do it though. It didn't. The more I thought about it, and I made a video on it, the more I thought about it, I was like, that's the only reason why they did it, because it felt like weird. It's like if I just all of a sudden just start going in on you, on your family, like why would I do that? Mm-hmm. If I wanted to be on the thumbnail so desperately and I just brought in your family members, that'd be weird, right? But unless there was a payoff to it, right? Unless there was a master plan. But it could be another play from CM Punk to get in the head of Roman to involve this family, knowing that it causes problems for Roman. Because remember, Roman did say, stay out of my business.
Sure.
So we have so many different
Before we fully dive into that, because there's a lot more to talk about, I do want to maybe put a cap on the conveation here about
Drew's dead. Why if WWE cares, why do we care? Why do we care?
Okay, what about the main event? You said it's not, you're not going to enjoy Disneyland. Cody. And in this scenario, our Disneyland is Cody and McIntyre. It sounds like the road trip has already soured you so much that you're not going to enjoy McIntyre versus, like Freudian slip. I want McIntyre in this.
Yeah.
That you're not going to enjoy Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Like, that's surface level right now. Like, can you get to a place where you enjoy it?
Oh man, there's always a moment when you enjoy a churro, dude, and they're delicious. They're the best things on earth. It just depends on how they package this. And the only way it plays out where it's worth it all if Randy turns heel. But Randy could be so damn cool and everybody's been begging for this that it may be exciting and then it might backfire and boo Cody Rhodes. I will enjoy the punk kick. I want that. I've been fiending for it for a year plus, Santi. Like, just please kick somebody type of thing. Come on. But then all of a sudden, if Cody starts getting booed, brother. And the thing is, there is a great lore. And I think that's what attracts me the most. That's what I find attractive of the WWE is that there is so much lore that they could dig into. And when they dig into that lore, it gets really fun. It's enticing to understand the legacy's history, to understand that that Randy needed Cody Rhodes at the very beginning of that 2009 run, right? The way that Cody could say, like, yeah, I was following your footsteps and you're leading in, and I believed in you, and then I realized you're the wrong mentor that I had growing up. Like that, all that kind of stuff matters. I'm just hoping that they focus on that and don't focus on AEW Cody. That's not worth it here. You know?
I want to point something out about this this main event and really just the sets of main events. We have babyface versus babyface and babyface versus babyface.
Sure.
That's not normal, one, to even have a babyface versus babyface main event at WrestleMania at all. Look back at last year. Cena was a heel. Cody was a babyface. The year before that, Cody Roman, very clear divide. Year before that, Cody Roman again. Year before that, Brock and Roman, very clear Roman was the bad
Cena
guy. It
heel?
just keeps going.
Was Cena a heel? Or was he just trying to ruin wrestling?
Same thing. Whatever.
Did you see Cena as a heel? Did you see Cena as a heel?
I mean, I was rooting for Cena. I was still rooting for Cena, and I think that goes to what you were saying about Randy Orton. If he were to turn heel here, I think people would be rooting for Randy Orton. I actually think it's an extra notch above Cena because Cena heel...
Randy's a better heel.
Yeah, actually. Like, Cena heel was an experiment. We didn't know whether we were going to like this or not at that moment. Randy heel... That's what we want out of Randy. So there's a big difference there because Randy turning heel is him actually giving us what we want, which could lead to a huge pop, which could lead to what you're saying, Cody getting booed and Randy getting all the pops. I do present to thee the possibility the possibility of Cody turning heel. However, and I think this is a catch-22. Call it whatever you want it to be. That can't happen on the road to Mania. That is a Mania moment. And I think that'd be a huge Mania moment if they were to actually have Cody turn heel on Randy. That would actually catch people completely off guard because it's turning on Randy and he's so beloved. That could actually work at getting Cody Rhodes' actual real heat. But it gives us a bottleneck of a problem in that the lead up to Mania will be this babyface versus babyface. Who's better now, the mentor or the protege, which we've already saw in the lead up to King and Queen of the Ring. So Randy turning heel can happen on the lead up to Mania, which could make the lead up and the storyline so much better. Cody turning heel, I think, can only be the payoff at Mania, but it would lead to what I personally believe is a lackluster build in a storyline on the lead up to Mania, hence catch-22.
The only scenario that you're presenting is if the WWE believes in the Cody fatigue.
Sure. Which
That's the only reason why you would turn him, but I don't think the WWE believes in that.
I don't think Cody fatigue is real yet. I think it's an internet thing. Still,
it's a phantom. Yeah, it's there, but but it's not necessarily manifested itself.
Sure, I hear you.
It's not kicking things around in the haunted house. You know what I mean?
It's a friendly ghost. It's not a poltergeist trying to make your life miserable.
Murder you. Wait, what? No, poltergeists don't make your life miserable. They try to murder you.
Is that what they do? I thought. I didn't. Yeah. I actually thought they just like scare you by like throwing shit.
Oh, and delay your alarm clock. Your life miserable. You get in trouble with your boss. I just don't see Cody turning heel here, man. It would be a bummer because we already saw John Cena turn heel and that didn't work out. I think there is so much value in Cody Rhodes staying babyface for the rest of his WWE career. And the people begging for Homelander, they got a taste of it in the Indies, and they got a taste of it no, I don't think he ever was heel
Never in
in
AEW, just in the Indies.
Only in the Indies,
yeah,
right?
TNA
And they had
in TNA, Indies, and New Japan.
And he had the black and brown, the brunette hair. I don't see the value on it on a WWE level. It's not because of the merch. It's just that look at him with kids, dude. Like he is like the Bret Hart with children, right? And yes, Bret Hart turned heel eventually too. I just don't. I think because of how much of a failure John Cena's heel turn. Sorry, don't get mad.
I'm good. I'm good.
As much as a failure that it was, I think that WWE could see value in keeping him a babyface throughout his entire career because there is value in Cody Rhodes as being a babyface. We talked about Penta cutting promos. There's no one that could cut an emotional promo like Cody Rhodes. Nobody. You could look at throughout the entire roster and no one could cut one that speaks about his father and things like that. I think the job of the WWE, if they want to make Randy work, is to make him as like dastardly as heel as possible, beyond the levels of burning pictures of his father, things like that. You don't want to talk about how the Vince Russo brain in me wants to do for Randy to get that heat against Cody?
Tell me.
Are you ready?
Hit me.
Are you ready to get into the danger zone of Sancho West's brain? What's on Cody's chest right here?
I don't know.
Oh, you never looked at Cody's pec?
The scar, right?
Nope.
Oh, that's
a little tattoo. It's a tattoo that says one word on it, sir.
What does it say?
Dream.
Hmm.
In fact, it's right here on his little mono. See? Dream.
Okay. Where are you going with this?
Randy takes off that tattoo.
Cuts
it up. Just cuts it up, dude. Crazy Randy style. The Viper. And we've seen Randy do heinous things with Jeff Hardy, put a little thing in a screwdriver with the ear.
You want him to pull out like a pizza cutter and start. What's
his name? Luigi
Primo. Pizza Luigi Primo.
That's what I mean. Like you got to do something that deep, that scarring, to get people back on Cody's side. Damn, Randy, you did that to Cody Rhodes? I mean, because the dog's off the table. You can't do anything with the dog because the dog's retired. Remember?
That's true.
Pharaoh's retired. Can't do anything with that. Maybe you could go after Brandy, but that's like home invasion, going after a wife thing. Maybe not so much, right? Can you, as an aficionado of Randy Orton, the heel Viper, and a lot of people are not up to speed, what are the most, Jesus, for those of your audio listeners, Santi has resorted to flexing. You are getting bigger.
I know.
I have to give you that.
I'm trying. Well, now I'm cutting. I'm trying to get lean because of Jelly Roll.
Yeah, you're afraid. You feel it in the air, right? He is a poltergeist.
Yeah, I feel the miasma of jelly around me every time I'm awake.
He's like, "Hey, Salty."
Hey, do you think that are they setting Jelly Roll to be part of the story? Because he's coming back to SmackDown, and he specifically
said, what I mean.
He specifically said, "I'm there to go hang out with my former partner Randy and Cody." He said, "So like,
yeah." But that's what I'm trying to say. How can we make Randy heinous heel?
You gonna do something to Jelly?
Would you want him to punt kick Jelly? Would you want him to use that first punt kick on Jelly Roll?
I need Randy to take out Jelly's legs for like 4 months.
No,
so that I have time to cut down and he has no way to climb the top ropes. All right, Randy, do your homeboy a favor. Please take out Jelly.
What if Jelly starts climbing that top rope and then he eats an RKO from the top rope? Does that count?
Ooh. We'll have to go to the lawyers. We'll have to go to the lawyers for that one.
Because it was a counter top right move. That's
we'll have to go to the VAR. We'll have to go to the video assisted referee.
Got to go to New York. But my question for you is that could get people on Cody's side or the tattoo heinous thing. But what has Randy done in the past to be the dastardly heel, the legend killer?
A lot.
Fill us in.
I mean, he's punted elderly men. He's punted women. He's broken into people's homes. He has RKO'd women. He has RKO'd old men. He's used screwdrivers on people before.
You're forgetting one big one, though.
Oh, what am I missing?
with Triple H.
Oh,
in the
kissed a
corner.
wife. Kissed a man's wife.
When she was knocked out.
Knocked out. Yeah, but okay, Triple H, you married her when she was knocked out, so it's only fair. Hey, I mean, I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Do you see why I'm timid of Stephanie McMahon? Yeah, she has aura still, man. She's,
I guess, yeah.
scared.
Terrifying.
But yeah, Randy Orton's a bad dude. And they were able to make that bad dude not cool, so to speak. And are they willing to do it again? I still feel that the WWE's angle should be him going after 15. I think that is the strongest thing that they could do
But
going up to it.
15 doesn't have any oomph because there's a 17. I think the angle needs to be chasing Cena specifically, not just 15, right? Like that.
And
cool. You're fighting for
H.
second place. Cool. No, actually, third.
And passing Triple H.
I think it needs, like, if you're talking about numbers of titles, it needs to be chasing Cena. That's me personally. There's nothing fascinating about chasing third.
Okay, so do you think that they do that at Mania?
Eventually, maybe eventually, but like you have to get through 15. You have to get through that. You have to get through 16 in order to tell that story.
Well, does it start here at Mania? Is the question.
I think for it to start at Mania, I don't think it can. Like that particular narrative of like chasing Cena, I don't think it can start at Mania. Because think about it. All right. Okay. I'm going to win the World Heavyweight Championship because I'm chasing Cena. I've won the World Heavyweight Championship. Sancho, you recognize that means for him to chase Cena, he then needs to lose this a couple times. That doesn't really work of like, I'm going after Cena and I've won, but now I have to wait for me to lose this to continue to go after Cena again. You see what I mean?
You gamify it, just do the thing like you just drop it, vacate it, get it again, vacate it again. You could gamify it, but I understand that. I think Jesse Ventura said it best. That doesn't make him a great champion. That means he had to lose 17 times.
It's a good line. I think that there are limitations in our ability to yet tell the story of Randy chasing Cena. You have to get through those other title reigns before we can properly tell that story.
I think Randy starts there, though. That's the starting point for him, and then it devolves into madness.
You know what? You know what my problem is with what you're saying? It reminds me of WWE 2K Showcase, where it's like,
sure,
my objective is to lose. If I want to do the exact thing that you want me to do, I have to do these specific moves in this order, and I have to lose this match, which it goes against all convention. For it to make sense for Randy to chase Cena and for that to start, he has to be consciously thinking of losing the title already, Sancho.
Is this the same place?
Yeah, man,
I know,
sure,
I'm a gamer, and I am gonna get a free copy of 2K26.
Okay,
I just got confirmation. I got a copy of 2K26. There's a tradition.
I can talk all the smack I want about the game.
Oh no, I'm just letting you know for advertising reasons. For FCC.
Not me. I bought it.
I haven't played it yet, by the way. But from all the gameplay footage I've seen of the Ragdoll, the traditionalist in me, I'm like, no, but wrestling, you're supposed to land safely. You're not supposed, you're supposed to keep your opponent safe, not just yeet them off of buildings and landing on the tables like New Jack. Like, you're not supposed to do that.
He's in the game, by the way. New Jack.
New Jack's in the game?
Yeah. It blew my mind. Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. But that's like going to my point about this whole entire thing is just like the person in me doesn't. You can't get Randy on this track unless you're comfortable with him going evil, like devious things.
I hear you.
No other way. I just don't think Cody going heel is the answer here, because then you flip someone who necessarily doesn't. That's an experiment in itself. How would Cody work as a heel in the WWE? What is he? Does he politic more? Does he? And my question adding to that is, where does Sami Zayn fit all this? Because Sami Zayn's for some reason inserted into all this. I know he's been the voice of the people and the internet and talking to Cody. He's like, you don't deserve a title shot. You lost at Chamber and Royal Rumble. And how dare you politic? And then Cody goes, what are you trying to do? Try to angle yourself to get a title match after I win? He's like, no, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to say it's unfair. And then he goes to Randy, right? And he goes, Randy, I need advice on how to be a pro wrestler.
No, it was more, I need advice on how to be a terrible person. That's really what it was.
And then Randy was like, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, and even though they're your friends. So I'm like, okay, what are we getting at here? And I think that's where I'm at when it comes to the whole Disneyland. Like, what kind of parade am I getting? What kind of ride am I riding?
Oh, you want to make you want the Disneyland Halloween parade. You don't want to show up in like the middle of the year where there's nothing special. You want to make sure that you get the best possible parade
Oogie
for
boogie,
WrestleMania.
Oogie boogie, baby. And at the same time, there's nothing like Disneyland in the Halloween season and Christmas season.
You also want to make sure when you get there that there are no long lines and that that all the rides are operational. That's another one.
Santi, you know what? One of my, I guess, bucket lists is to get that VIP experience at Disneyland. Have the little
That's
tour.
So expensive with the little tour guide.
We should do it. We should do it. All of us.
Isn't it like $6,000 like a person? Just all. All right.
It's just one thing that I do before I leave this earth. Don't you want happiness for me? If I'm not going to get on your damn thumbnail, at least give me that.
Give you the VIP experience at Disneyland. It'd be funny if I told you we were doing it, I took you to Disney and only I did it and you got the regular admission.
It's something Cartman would do.
It is. All right, let's move on here. We already kind of touched on it, but I do want to talk about the Bloodline potentially returning here. The CM Punk and the Usos promo, Sancho, I really liked. I really liked, obviously, the fact that it actually worked better, Roman not being there. Because part of the gripes of this conversation was Roman's never here. And it's the reason why this World Heavyweight Championship even has to exist in the first place. It's the reason why I have to be a fighting champion every week. Roman not being here is the reason why he's never here to take accountability. He still hasn't apologized. I just love the pointing out. Like, I called it shining a light on the problem. Like, that right there, I found your problem. You got a leaky Roman Reigns right there. We need to fix that. And I like the return of, Jey Uso as right-hand man, unhinged right-hand man. Finally, some dimension, some layers to Jey Uso. I love how much this opens up, like you've already mentioned, the possibility of other Bloodline members coming in here, demanding respect, new Bloodline members appearing on WWE like a Zilla Fatu. My question to you is here, Sancho. One, is this leading to the reunification of the original Bloodline? All right. Two, is that the big WrestleMania moment reveal? And three, is that just further justifying Roman Reigns in the Pat McAfee show when they said that WWE can't seem to make new stars if they're just going to go back to the well of the thing that was the golden goose for them at the start of the 2020s?
Let's start with three, because I think that is the most interesting point you just made. For me, I feel like the Bloodline, the most underrated part about this, and I said this in that video, is that it rises so many superstars. The tide of the Bloodline just raises all these ships so eloquently and so beautifully. Like you mentioned, Jimmy finally has a purpose. Jay has the layers and that edge that we've been wanting so much, that he can deliver those emotional, dramatic tug and pull. I got to do the right thing and I don't want to do this thing, but I have to because I made a blood oath, those type of situations. You have Sami Zayn, who is no longer a head case in his own right, depressed and things like that. He is Sami main event Uso, the happy Sami Uso that we all loved, and he's so charismatic, and he has that fighting champion without being so high horsery, if that's a word that I'm making up on the spot. You have Solo Sikoa, who went from a guy who didn't speak to a guy who eventually found his way with the MFTs. All that happened, and Jacob Fatu. All those things happened because of the Bloodline. So for me, I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's creative not being creative. It was, for me, it's like you just got rid of the biggest story that's ever worked in WWE history in a long time. You just chunked it out with no explanation, with nothing. It just faded away. It disappeared. We thought that Roman Reigns and Jey Uso would never happen again. When Jey Uso was sitting there, I was like, man, I don't know. I can't believe it. And Roman's like, what's wrong with you? You got to believe in yourself. You got to start doing things like Roman. And then all that went away during John Cena's retirement tour and went away during War Games. I was like, wait a minute, what happened with Jay? Now Jay's a title guy and Jay's forgetting the
Jay's
singles
celebrating Roman throwing him out over the top rope at the Royal Rumble.
Wait, what's happening here?
Okay, but Sancho, you mentioned a couple of the reasons as to why they may have thrown it away, like focusing on the John Cena retirement tour. Very possible, very plausible that was the case.
Sure.
I present to thee once again the possibility of them having to pivot away because they no longer have a Roman Reigns that's there on a regular basis. So, how does that problem disappear when it's still very prevalent?
It's bigger than that.
Okay.
I still believe in my heart of hearts, things would be so differently if The Rock was around more and just available more.
Well, yeah, duh.
But that's the point I want to say. When The Rock left, it wasn't about Roman being a part-timer. All this existed with Roman being a part-timer. The Bloodline still thrived.
Not all of it. Like the first half, he was there every week.
Right, he was there as a Thunderdome type of thing. Yes, for sure. And all the way up. But I'm talking about the Cody Rhodes type of when that lurking in the waters still worked with Roman being a part-timer. It didn't hurt at all because he would show up when he needed to build up to the Mania card. The point I wanted to make is about The Rock. When The Rock was off the table and Travis Scott was off the table because he was part of that, I think that changed the Bloodline. That put the Bloodline to rest because you couldn't have The Rock not be around because where was Roman going to go?
Right.
Roman Rock was supposed to happen a long time ago, and The Rock was supposed to put Roman over and do the Ula Fala type of ceremony. Instead, how do we get that? How do we fast lane that, to take a Disneyland old school perk, lightning lane that through? What do we do? How do we handle that? As The Rock said, as Dwayne said in a post conference, not all confrontations need to be resolved in the ring. They could just be done circuitly. They did it in a ceremony for sure, but it was just like, no match between Rock and Roman. That's how we're gonna get it. But I do think Rock's available. I'm gonna be so delusional right now. And
are you about to make the prediction you're about to make? Sancho, do it. Don't hesitate. Just do it. Pull the trigger. Jump, baby. Jump.
The Rock's coming back at Mania.
God damn it. Why do we do this to ourselves? Because Sancho. I think the same thing.
Yes.
I think the same thing.
Because you know why? It gives CM Punk so much power again. He's back at it again, dude. The rebel, the voice of the voiceless.
He brought back the Rock with his mudslinging. That'd be huge. He's so in the head of the Bloodline that some words brought back the dormant final boss.
And you remember what happened when Cody Rhodes kicked that bee's nest of the Bloodline at that Take a Look presentation? What did The Rock say to Triple H that was like, damn? He was like, fix it. Yeah. I don't know how you're going to do it, but fix it, or we're going to have to fix it. And that's the kind of vibe I'm getting right now that's looming in the background. The Rock could hear it when he's sitting on top of his Mount Olympus as that Zeus character that he loves to be. And he says, wait, CM Punk said something about us? And he's going to walk on down from his little lightning bolt. He interrupts CM Punk. He can even be the go home. I don't care. I even said it could even be an Instagram post. I don't care. It would get me hype. Some Chris Van Vliet dude, I don't care. CVV, hear my call. Hit up The Rock and ask him about what CM Punk said. Be bold. Be bold.
Yeah, see, we need somebody to catch him in the red carpet.
Yeah.
We need somebody to ambush him on a red carpet and ask him that question.
Rock, I absolutely love Jumanji 4, but did you hear what CM Punk said about Roman's father?
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I bet he would love that question because he's going to be getting questions about Jumanji, the movie. And if he gets get like 2 seconds to be the final boss for a second, I bet he'd probably love it.
Do we need The Rock though for Mania?
A need, no. I don't think so. I don't think so. And even
I'm being greedy here.
Yeah, that's definitely greedy, but like, why not? Right? Like, let's shoot for the moon here. That goes in hand with my answer of like, no, we don't need him. Goes in hand because the build so far has been fantastic. They're doing everything right, and it doesn't require The Rock. Getting The Rock would be this crazy awesome moment. But to answer your question, does it need The Rock? no, I'm not going to hinge on whether or not this is successful or not on whether or not The Rock shows up. Unlike John Cena and Cody Rhodes last year, that required The Rock. We didn't get The Rock, ergo it soured the main event for a lot of people. But it's not the same case this year.
Can I take it a step further?
Hit me.
Does Nia Jax get involved with AJ Lee? She did comment on Phil's promo.
I mean, like if you want to show you know what? Let me be a little bit more confident with that answer because I felt like I dismissed that. If you want to show that he's rattled the bloodline, yes. If you want to show, oh my God, like the forces have left the nest. They are all coming after Phil and AJ. Yeah, that would land. That would land.
And all of a sudden you see backstage AJ Lee like,
dude, what if it's like Tamina? You know, somebody that's not even on screen. You got Tamina that just comes out and takes out AJ Lee. Just saying.
Is she still on the roster?
She's an employee. She's an employee. It would be pretty representative of like, wow, they really shook the nest. If we had Naomi around, that would have been the perfect one, right? That would have been awesome because Naomi would have been an actual in-ring competitor, single star. It would have made a tremendous amount of sense, but not this year, sadly. Shout out to Lil Jim.
I'm optimistic, and I know there's some listeners out there and viewers out there, like Sancho, you said you didn't want to see Roman CM Punk. I would have said I did say that. I will own up to it, but I do reserve the right that I said I did not want to see these Punk's not there, Punk's there, Roman's not, and it started that promo did start that way. And wouldn't it be a great night to be live on Monday night? Hey, I'm your champion. I'm here. Roman's not. He sucks. And thank God Jey Uso and Jimmy came out because it was the much needed catalyst. And now we're on a whole different trajectory than just CM Punk, Roman, I hate you. We're Zebros. They suck. Boom, man.
To be fair,
it's different.
You know, you critiqued it, and I called out your critique, but I never kicked you off the train. So your ticket is valid, fully valid. You're not allowed on the Oba train in any capacity, but this train, you were never kicked off of it. You were never kicked off of it. It's totally fine. All passengers are welcome.
Did you hear Rusev?
Yeah. Grab me! That was so good. That's such a funny way to get caught like talking in the ring. I loved it. I really did. Grab me! For those that don't know, like if you go back and watch Rusev versus Oba, there's a moment. Yeah. I didn't notice it in the moment. I caught it afterwards because of your reaction. Where Rusev is running at Oba, and the end result is Oba grabs him for a choke slam, but Rusev gives him the cue by doing his scream, going grab me,
like blatantly on camera, like there's no hiding it.
It's good. Go back and watch that replay. You'll find it hilarious. It's worth going back to.
It's so good, dude. But Santi, I am a man of my word. I take my shunning with pride, you know. Am I dumb? Yes, I acknowledge that.
It's all right. It happens. It happens. Well, let's move on to the other kind of like big thing. We've talked about the silly mask thing. That's just not. Actually, let's not fully move away from the mask thing. Okay, so
which one is us?
Listen, I say this respectfully as a husky man. I'm not as husky as this man. There was a guy out there that was more masked Otis than he was masked Seth. Brother, you ain't fooling anybody. Nobody was trying to pick you thinking that, I think that's Seth. I think we could have ruled you out pretty easily, brother.
That would have been funny, though, if Logan did grab him.
It would have been.
Oh,
Sancho, what do you want to do with this storyline, man? Like, where does this even go? You know, like, are you leaning towards like, is this Rollins and Lesnar? They kind of teased it on commentary. Do you see Braun Breaker returning? Maybe Braun Breaker is one of the masked men and takes out Seth Rollins from within. The other question that I have for you is, brother, I need an LA Knight heat check here going into WrestleMania.
I'm fine.
Are you?
Did you see him look like a stud in jeans, bro? I was like, whoa. A lot of jean shirtless men in the ring right now, Logan and then Austin Theory. I'm fine. I'm fine. Remember what I told you? Don't do that to me. Remember what I told you? And the Glaze Factory, again, do not panic. Don't just because your hours are cut this week, don't be alarmed. And we are not taking new applicants. There's so many people that want to work at the Glaze Factory. We need to get a Glaze shirt, by the way. I don't know what that'll look like, but it'll be cool. It'll be classy. You know what I mean? I thought of it like a shirt with drip lines, but then I'm like, not classy, right?
Not classy.
Not classy. No. I'm thinking like a donut or something, with a little,
with a bow tie. Anyway, that's classy.
Yeah, very classy, very classy. But don't be alarmed. Don't worry. If you ordered something from the Glaze Factory, it is arriving. We will take care of the orders that are out now. As an LA Knight, the head of the product, it's fine. We're fine because again, doesn't matter from here to Money in the Bank. Okay. Money in the Bank is our day. Okay. I'm not worried about what happens to Mania. I saw your little video. I might miss out Mania matches. And then who did you put on the thumbnail? LA Knight. I'm like, I'm not clicking this video. I'm upset already. I'm triggered already. I don't want to hear this bum Santi go like, the LA Knight may miss it. Think like Bobby Lashley, he missed it. And the LA Knight doesn't have a match currently. He does have a match, Santi. He does. It's with the Vision members of Logan and Austin Theory. They're going to give him a tag team partner. We're fine.
Isn't that what the Usos are doing?
No, they're going to be busy with Phil. We're fine.
I don't think so, brother.
We're fine.
I think it's Lesnar or nothing.
I don't want Lesnar either.
I know you don't want Lesnar.
I'd rather have nothing.
I think it's Lesnar or nothing, though. I think it's all going to be dependent on what they do with Seth and whether Braun Breaker returns or not. But I think it's Brock or nothing.
Rather be LA Knight being the host of Mania in Vegas. I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me.
God, it's all right. No, man. You I know you're not fine. I know you're dying inside. You're crying.
No, I'm not.
You're crying yourself to sleep. Yes, you are.
Ask me after Money in the Bank. I'm fine. We're fine.
Dude, I'm afraid you won't be around after Money in the Bank. Like you're just like there will be missing posters of Sancho. You'll have run away. You'll have gone into complete hiding. You just won't be with us anymore, man. I'm afraid because I don't think it's gonna happen either at Money in the Bank.
You're gonna hit the Discord button. No one pick up. That was the Skype sounds, but
it was. It's good though. Good sound effects. All right, let's move on here, man. Oh wait, no. Seth Rollins. What's this doing for you, man? Tell me. What's this doing for you?
Does it feel like Seth Rollins is a Pokemon leader? Like a training
like a gym leader. He's a gym leader.
Yeah, gym leader. Mm-hmm. Right. Throwing out his little Pokemon.
Maybe
he's just standing there menacingly, not saying anything. He's just standing there menacingly. That's it. He's just aura farming, man.
Dude, is this dead?
Is the Masked Man dead?
Is the storyline dead? Is this storyline dead?
I don't think they would reveal Seth Rollins if Braun Breaker wasn't coming down the track. That's what I'm leaning into. I don't think you would. Can you imagine how lame it would be? Because the next Monday Night Raw is in San Antonio, and out comes Brock as the second appearance of him doing that open challenge. Well, the first after announcing the open challenge, and then all of a sudden out comes the Masked Men. You're going to get hype?
No, not at all. Not at all.
No. But it would be sick to see Brock Lesnar start tearing at all the Masked Men. That'd be cool, right? He's like suplexing him, trying to fight Seth Rollins. And then the one that he couldn't find, it's Seth Rollins, and he curb stomps him. Ooh. Now we're a little bit of there's a little bit of
not working for
there.
me.
Okay, not working for you, fine. But it's Braun Breaker, right? That's the only thing that makes sense here.
I agree.
Braun Breaker comes back, and then now we got that program, and you just want Lesnar and Oba. That's what you want.
I think it's the most interesting scenario.
So,
I'm not completely against Brock versus Seth listen, unfortunately, injuries happen, and we are in a beggars can't be choosers economy. I don't mind if the pivot is Brock Lesnar. It makes sense, like to some degree. You don't have with what you got left, with what you have. I would rather Braun Breaker return, and it's Braun Breaker Seth. That's a proper payoff to that storyline. And if Brock is available, I think Oba is the best available opponent.
Why would Obafemi answer a challenge of a clearly sad man and Johnny Gargano, who's gone through a lot, and Johnny Gargano cutting like the best promo he's done in a long time that he's coming back as Johnny Wrestling, and why would he answer this challenge? Why would he put him out of his misery? And why would the WWE not give us a former NXT champion match that deserves a little bit more than
that was NXT champ versus NXT champ?
Yeah, and you would find it interesting. Why would Oba answer that challenge immediately, but yet was nowhere to be found when Brock Lesnar made an open challenge the first time?
I think it's dumb.
It's
because I don't think it's going to be Oba. I think it's going to be Seth or LA Knight, and between those two options, God, I hope for the sake of everybody it's just Seth and not LA Knight, because I find me a sample size of people that are actually excited about the prospect of LA Knight versus Brock Lesnar, and I'll tell you that those are people that don't know fun. Those are people that don't know Disney. They'll say that they don't know Disney.
Those are the people, when they go to a restaurant, they only buy the special and they don't ask questions.
The special of the day, yeah. Like, what's
you
your
just
soup
go
of
in,
the day?
Yeah, and they go, hey, you don't give me that. They don't ask more questions. You know what I mean? They don't look at reviews. They don't know the underlying thing. You just go with the flow. You go with the trend. You gotta dig into there. And as the number one LA Knight export fan, we don't want it.
All right, let's move on here.
Let it be the host of media. That's what I want.
We had our first bullets fired of Rhea versus Jade, and it seems like the general reaction to them just talking about each other's muscles is just oof. One of the things that we said is, Sancho, they're probably just going to lean into the online beef and, turn it into a story, turn it into an Unreal plot line. And they did the opposite. They did not mention at all the online beef whatsoever. They decided to talk about real beef instead, about each other's muscles. And yeah, your muscles are big, but my muscles, they're designed for fighting. Sancho, you are generally the one that sees the good in what I think is trash. And I thought that was trash. I did not think it was good. Do you see the good in this? I'm not asking, do you see this getting good? I'm purely talking about this one segment here. You could be Kit Wilson, you could be Rhea Ripley, or you could be Jade Cargill.
I'm you dumbass. Oh damn! All right,
you can't do that. Look at that.
Yeah, your muscles are bigger than mine. Santi, your muscles may be bigger than mine. They may be robust, but my muscles are meant for fighting, brother.
No, man. I thought you were going to say my muscles are meant for podcasting.
True. For me, it tells me that they're willing to work with each other. They shook hands to show that they're professional.
Yes, I agree. I like that.
They gave him like, hey, I'm professional, you're professional. We could trade barbs and not have animosity to each other. We're here to work. You're here to work. I'm here to work. Let's put the best Mania match forward. Did it start surface level? Sure. But I think they could get a little bit deeper. And I think it's a good start. It's not Roman versus CM Punk versus Roman start. Not at all. Far from it. Is it a start like Tiffany and Charlotte? No, because that one started pretty solid and then it derailed itself immediately in the same promo. I think this is where you want a strong foundation, and I think the WWE was letting us know about, hey, these wrestlers are cool with each other. Maybe they had a shoot spat on the X accounts or Instagrams and got Chelsea and Piper involved and things like that. But it's letting everybody know, hey, man, we're all cool here. Now let's have some fun. Let's really dig into it. And going forward, we're going to find some deeper wells to dig into. Right now, it's all surface level. I mean, it's literally their bodies that they're describing. And one literally said, I'm bigger than you, the other says, I'm built for fighting. So we'll see where it goes. I'm hoping it's just more action and less words. If their words can't get there, if Jade can't get there with words as speak eloquently as a Jimmy or Jay or even CM Punk, if we're not going to get to those levels, and you and I sometimes talk about Rhea's promos can be very surface level too, with like mommy's on top and she's not a great baby face promo at all. Then let's do it with action. Plenty of opportunities to do it.
What kind of action is my question?
We already mentioned with Jade Cargill taking out Io. Io has nothing to do right now.
I agree.
Io has nothing to do because she lost in the gauntlet thanks to the Hana bomb from Raquel. There's nothing to do right now for Io, so that's an option. we could give Raquel and Jade, it could boil to the point where they get a gimmick match, where they could make it a no holds bar, they could make it an I quit match, they could do whatever they want to make it a little bit different, because we've seen Rhea work really well in the street fight. Like that with Raquel at in Saudi was amazing. So we could do that and balloon that. Regardless, it's going to be must see, because it's the opportunity to see Mommy win the title. But I don't think Jade's going to be an easy out here. And I think they're telling us that story because Jade said, I'm stronger than you. And I think that's the story that they're going to lean into, that Rhea Ripley's going to be overpowered in this battle. And Rhea's not going to go down. She's going to, she even says so herself in that promo, that she's built for survival. And I think that's the story in the ring psychology and the action that you're going to see, that you could take away Rhea's body, you could take away her mind, you could kill her spirit by taking on Io, that she's just going to keep on going.
You know what isn't the play, though, Sancho? The play is not, hey, let's make Jade Cargill look strong by booking her with a match against Michin. Holy hell, move on from this. This is doing nobody any good. Beat up someone else. Good Lord. Why do they keep going down this well? Do they forget that they have other women in the roster? I really don't get this fascination with Jade Cargill, Michin, and BFAB.
You kind of remind me of that scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin where Seth Rogen's talking to Paul Rudd. Like, give it up, dude. She doesn't want to be with you. They want to call you. Like, stop calling her. Leave her alone. I don't know why. I think it's like it's one of the remnants of the SmackDown booking, that they felt like they needed to build up BFAB and Michin to get them to the point to where they could be that fodder, so to speak, because that's where they've all been for. But it is okay. Let's be positive here.
Okay.
If BFAB and Michin get destroyed and Rhea saves them, that's another through action type of beat. That Rhea's going to be the opposition to Jade. Like, she's not going to let Jade take over. She's not going to let Jade get her way. Because Rhea could come in for the save here on both of them, and that will lower Michin and BFAB, but they will serve the purpose of building up Rhea even more.
Mayhaps.
Well, don't you need Jade to just destroy Michin here? Right? That's what you need to happen, right? That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but what I am saying is that her destroying Michin does nothing for the stock of Jade Cargill. That's where I'm at here.
What if she grabs the kendo stick and breaks it in half? Like, what if she has a monster moment type of situation?
It's a thin piece of wood. That's not impressive.
To you and me, yes, but to a child, that'd be awesome, right? Come on, Santi. The Seth Rollins masked man thing, I tweeted that out. I would have ate that up as a kid. I'm like, oh damn. That would have been me. I would have been hyped, man. I would have been like, oh man, I would have put on a mask and done that too. Like, look, Dad, I would have did that too.
I guess, sure. If we're talking about the brain of a child, maybe her breaking a thin piece of kendo stick would do it. Maybe, Sancho, maybe. This isn't, I am not a child. So it ain't gonna work for me, brother.
I'm sorry, dude. They made a tennis racket a big thing with Jim Cornette back in the day. They can make anything a scary piece.
I mean, we got the lantern still. That's important. So for somebody.
With the LED lantern.
Yeah.
Why wasn't that a real flame? A little oil flame.
I agree. I mean, maybe I bet you that's like a fire hazard in entertainment. I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. Moving on. Finn Balor has been officially kicked out of the Judgment Day. Something that could have happened after Mania last year, something that could have happened 2 years ago, but it's finally happened. Finn Balor. I mean, you can look at it as turned babyface on the Judgment Day, or the Judgment Day turned double heel on Finn Balor, thus forcing a babyface turn. Regardless of how you look at it, it's about damn time, Sancho. It's about damn time. I presume here the program is Finn versus Dom at Mania, but I also present to thee the excitement that I am more excited for Finn versus JD McDonough and the story that they could tell with Protege. He brought in JD into the business, brought him up, gave him a spot in the Judgment Day. I think there's more of an emotional tie there, which is why I'm actually glad that JD stayed in Judgment Day. because okay, cool, like you can tell the surface level story of Dom versus Finn, but having JD within the heel faction, and this might be, you know, wishful thinking, I hope it gives Judgment Day almost like a conscious, a realistic struggle, like internal struggle, like fuck, I love this dude, and and everything that's going on makes me have to attack this guy. Because if it's just Dom and the girls of Judgment Day, they're twirl your mustache heels, right? But if you add JD McDonough to the mix, which they have, I think it could actually add like emotional struggle to like having to fight this guy that was part of the group for so long, this guy that was your mentor for so long, and vice versa as well, with Finn Balor having to fight off JD McDonough. I'm excited for this, but I are you excited for Dom versus Finn as a Mania program? And I got some follow-up here regarding the Demon.
I did feel that Finn Balor's babyface push should not start with Dom. I will still hold on to that because Dom is still loved, and I don't think you could make him hated so much unless more things happen against Finn Balor. The good thing is when Finn Balor did withstand the attack and he stood up, people started to cheer. But in a 1v1 with promos going back and forth, I do see it better with Finn and JD. There is a richer lore, like to go back to my theme earlier, there's a richer lore between the two because they have had all that history. If you listen to that Chris Van Vliet interview with JD McDonough, he goes into that with Finn Balor, how he brought him into the indie scene over there, and he inspired that whole part of the world to become a WWE superstar because Finn Balor showed that he can do it. I like that aspect. JD looked great in the ring, but to add to your thing about the hesitation, there was moments where Raquel didn't want to hit Finn Balor. She took a moment, she hesitated, and then she went at it and followed through. And I think that was a really telling story. Like, it's correct. They do like Finn Balor. They do love him. He is family. And I think it was the moment of, well, and family's family, man. I'm wondering if they could try to rope us into that, but I think it's a clear break. I think it's over with Finn Balor. It is interesting though, Santi. Isn't this like very Bullet Club like?
A little bit. I mean, I've said before that Judgment Day is the lesser version of the Bullet Club of WWE, with the constant graduating members going off to do their own thing and bringing in new people. Yes, it is. It is the life cycle of Judgment Day has been very Bullet Club like.
So wouldn't Finn Balor get used to this type of scenario? I think I don't know why, but this could be a Mandela effect. Like, I feel in my brain, and maybe somebody out there could relate to me, I feel like the Pele kick was done by AJ too when Bullet Club was turning on him. In my mind, because that's an AJ move, the Pele kick.
Yep,
it's an AJ move. I just remember in my mind's eye AJ with his back towards, like, I don't know, Kenny Omega or Cody or somebody.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch that this second
and hitting him with that. So, like, wouldn't Finn understand, like, this is the way factions go, especially heel factions, of booting them out?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, he should have seen it coming. You know, he's also kicked out a couple people too. So
true. I think he knew the writing was on the wall, and that's why he did the Pele kick. But it's interesting that it was CM Punk is the guy that kind of planted the seed that bloomed into Finn Balor's consciousness of understanding that Dominic Mysterio needs to be his own man, and that Ray was right, you are a prick, was a crazy line to throw to Dominic Mysterio. I think Dom did a great job in the segment too.
I think
the loaded hammer was sick.
Yeah, I was nervous that it wasn't going to work because he was really jamming it in there, trying to get it to stick. I was nervous it was going to go flying out mid 619 or whatever into the crowd or something. In
the front row. Yeah, it was cool. I do you think that Dom's now the leader of Judgment Day, or they go back to we're the leaderless faction?
I mean, I've never seen it as properly leaderless. I've always thought there was a leader there. I think Dom is the leader. I do think that they're going to need to add another guy in there. You know, to keep, if they want to keep, Judgment Day feeling like the Degrassi of WWE, adding new people, graduating people, etc. Because eventually we're going to need to see Dom leave Judgment Day, right? And we're going to need to have people kind of take over if we want to continue to have Judgment Day be the thing that it's been.
One time, Dominic Mysterio went down to Mexico to learn the ways of La Lucha, right? Or it was Gable, and then he taught. Yeah. and then Gable taught Dom, right? Wasn't that? No, Dom gave Gable a note
Yes,
to go down the way to learn the ways
to some
of
old
lucha
man in an alley.
at a gas station or something like that. And he got allegedly. We don't know what happened to Chad when he went down to Mexico.
Haven't seen him since.
I haven't seen him since. Same thing with Kaiser. Strange.
Interesting.
Strange. But the point I wanted to make is, who else, Santi, has a lot of experience with luchadors? He may have an ego.
Oh, I like that. He's been in Mexico a lot. Yeah, Ethan Page.
Because not only that, Ethan Page could help out Dom in the stateside and down in Mexico.
Maybe that. Sure, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. It's a good way.
Is he too big of a guy to be with the Judgment Day?
No, not at all. I mean, Finn Balor, former world champion, indie mega star, and New Japan star. He was in Judgment Day. He had literal edge, brother. They had the biggest star in women's history, in women's wrestling today, in Rhea Ripley. So no, Ethan Page is absolutely not too big to be in the Judgment Day. I've got a
wait. Funny enough, you didn't say the other member. What's wrong with you? You have a personal beef
with who? JD McDonough? Wait, who am I missing?
No.
Oh, Damian Priest, Wepa. I forgot about him. I'm not gonna lie.
You forgot about the Wepa King. Dude?
I forgot about the Wepa King. I've got some thoughts here, Sancho, and I want you to, feel free to agree or disagree. My hot take here is everybody is Demon at WrestleMania versus Dom. I think that's what's going to happen. I do. I think WWE is going to want the big grandiose entrance of the Demon. Well, look at this. I will make the simple argument that we shouldn't have the Demon at WrestleMania. I think Vanilla Finn Balor is the one that needs the win here. Vanilla Finn Balor is the one that's been struggling for years here. If he just goes to the Demon and wins, then it perpetuates this belief that he can only win as the Demon, that he can only win consequential, important matches at big events if he's the Demon. I actually think I'd like to see Vanilla Finn Balor get a freaking win here and build up the importance of Vanilla Finn Balor and save Demon Finn Balor for maybe a little bit later down the line in the feud with the Judgment Day, because I presume this is going to go beyond WrestleMania. I know that's probably not going to be the case, because if you are going to bring the Demon for a big grandiose entrance, it probably is WrestleMania, right? I just would like to present the idea of maybe not bringing out the Demon and letting Vanilla Finn actually get a couple W's here or there. Thoughts?
So the Prince. So Balor Club.
Yeah. Give me. I know. I don't think it's likely. I think it is going to be the Demon.
Leather jacket showing the abs, Finn Balor.
Yeah, that's who needs the win. That's who I think needs help. The Demon doesn't need help. The Demon's the Demon, and I just don't want to see just like, okay, he can only win because of the Demon type of deal.
Finn Balor said he doesn't like the Demon. Like, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like that part of the gimmick, according to the Cody Rhodes podcast.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Because they relegated it to, I can only win with the Demon. He's only a threat with the Demon. And I kind of vibe with that. I totally get where he's coming from, especially if you're trying to build Finn Balor back up. You got to build the base before you bring out, the big attraction in the Demon later on.
I'm trying to remember Mick Foley and, Mankind, Dude Love, and Cactus Jack. And I'm trying to remember, like, what was that vibe? Like, did I go, this is Dude Love? Or did I go, this is Mankind, I want Cactus Jack? Or do I want Mick Foley? The guy that comes out and cuts those promos. It is an interesting ordeal to have. It's a good problem to have. It's clearly something. It's like he's a content creator and people want the Demon out of him. I'm sorry, dude. That's what we love about you. Just give us what we want, brother.
People wanted Fortnite out of you, and now here you are cooking as a wrestling creator, though.
They still get Fortnite too, though. I don't ignore.
Sure,
Fortnite.
They can. I'm not saying they can't ever get the Demon.
Oh, the Demon's for Fortnite, like I crank 90s like a Demon. Ooh,
yeah. I think it's important to build Vanilla Finn, Wrestling Sancho,
Vanilla Sancho, Mexican Vanilla Sancho.
Tres leches Sancho.
Let's go to more stereotypes. Pan dulce.
I don't know, man. That
Oh,
was just a little thought I was having to myself, like, I'm not married to this idea of needing the demon right away.
I did
I
like
think Vanilla
Diminito
Finn is the
though.
one that needs the rehab.
Diminito was fun. There's a lot of bone on that meat when it comes to Diminito.
No, I'm not saying there's no meat in the bone of the Demonito, and all that stuff. I want it all back.
Did
I'm
I
just
say that
saying.
backwards? I did say that backwards. I said bone of the meat.
Huh, interesting. Idiot.
You dyslexic
You
Dumbo. Like
stupid
what?
idiot. Oh, speaking of stupid idiots, have you noticed now that's 2 weeks in a row CM Punk says a Chris Jericho-ism? This week he says learning tree. The previous week he says you just made
You
the
made the
list.
list? You made
Come
the
on.
list?
That has to be all intentional. Both main event segments, both CM Punk mentioning some Chris Jericho-ism. Am I looking at this too deep?
So wait, what are you trying to say, that Chris Jericho's gonna help Punk here?
I don't think so. I'm just saying, I think we're seeing Jericho return soon. I don't know that I want to see, like, if Jericho says, if Punk somehow says, oh, some people call me the Ayatollah of rock and rolla, but moving on. Like, okay, all right, now we're being a little bit too on the nose, but
Punk PJ?
yeah, like we're getting to the on the nose here for those that know that he keeps mentioning Chris Jericho-isms.
It's not like I'm trying to make people join my appreciation society here.
Yeah, you guys don't get to be in my inner circle.
Inner circle. Sometimes you may think that you're the Judas here.
Dude, there's stuff that you can still continue to mention for sure.
Don't make me turn into the pain maker.
That'd be nice.
It's not like we're gonna get on some kind of a cruise.
He could just say, I'm the best in the world at what I do. Because he always says I'm the best in the world, but then if he adds the at what I do, that's a Chris Jericho-ism.
It's not like I'm a man with 1,001 holds.
We can go all day here because Jericho has a billion freaking catchphrases.
But look, realistically, I don't think he gets involved in the Bloodline. There's no way you could put Jericho in that deep of water in the WWE. I think you ease into Jericho. Sure. Where I see Jericho come back is a Mania. I think Mania, he comes back. That's a huge surprise. Hey, here comes Jericho. I don't think you announce Jericho early to sell tickets, but you know who I see him coming up against as his first feud to ease him into the waters of the WWE?
Ooh.
Kit
Wilson?
Kit Wilson.
I mean, at that point, we're just redoing the Fandango feud.
Sure.
Why
not?
I guess. Sancho, let's talk about the current state of the tag team division. I'm going to give you the floor for a second because I've been drinking so much water. I need to piss like a racehorse. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Take the floor. I can still hear you.
Out goes Santis. For those you don't know, his bathroom is right there. He didn't mute his mic, by the way. So if you hear anything, someone insert noises. He says he's going to go to the bathroom, but we all know what he means. It's not coming out the front end, coming out the back end. The state of the tag team division, I think what he's talking about is the Raw tag team division, or maybe no SmackDown, because SmackDown had that tag team in turmoil. I think that match went so long, that gauntlet match. It is interesting, though, that if they introduce 2 single stars of R-Truth and Damian Priest, I always will have a red flag about it. Or I guess it would be my red flag about it if I'm a wrestling fan, that it blows my mind that 2 singles guys that didn't even know that they were going to be a tag team that night goes ahead and beats the entire tag team division, a gauntlet match. Yeah, you could say they protected all the tag teams of SmackDown because of that turmoil situation where Motor City goes down early. And they had that little, moment where miscommunication where one of them didn't save the other one. And then you had Los Garzas come in and you had the Wyatts get taken on by the MFTs. So basically you protect that entire division by having them take out each other. And lo and behold, you have Los Garza, who just literally wrestled multiple matches. They end up as the last thing, and then out comes R-Truth and Damian Priest. Like, that's the thing that I think that doesn't work for me when it comes down to the SmackDown division, because they're trying to pull the play of the women's division, and it worked for Charlotte and Alexa, and it worked with Bianca and Jade to bring back the tag team division for the ladies. And currently you still have Lyra, Bailey, the Kabuki Warriors, but it's still, when you have traditional tag teams on your roster like Motor City, who are well traveled and they are world renowned, champions, and then you have Los Garza who kill it, dude. I love Los Garza. They are athletic tag team. And then even when DIY was involved, you have so much people, and even the Wyatt Six, if you want to throw in those two, I wish they had Eric Rowan in there. You put all these, and Street Profits have been on the shelves forever. You put all these guys around in this division, and your answer is to put in R-Truth and Damian Priest, the Wepa King. And you know what happens? Once you're in that Wepa-verse, that's it. You're locked into that Wepa-verse. I had a big problem with it. I don't think it's the play to bring back the SmackDown division when they already discovered the formula to bring them out is just by giving them really solid matches, featuring them in all backstage segments. And then they had the perfect way to put a button in all that with a killer TLC match that should have been at Mania. But the idea of putting R-Truth and Damian Priest doesn't work for me. It's on D.
It doesn't not work for me. It's the way that they did it that doesn't work for me, because in the last time that the SmackDown tag team division was really relevant and important was going into SummerSlam, right?
Yeah.
All the tag teams were cooking, and they said, hey, you know who else is part of this? Because they're just so good as individuals, we're going to put them together. Rey Fenix and Andrade. That worked, but because they didn't put Rey Fenix and Andrade above them, right? It kind of put them in the ecosystem to be part of the battles that they were having. Here, because I heard everything that you're saying, I actually fully agree with you. How does it make sense that all of these established tag teams lost to Damian Priest and R-Truth? That makes no sense at all whatsoever. I'm willing to believe that Damian Priest and R-Truth can hang in the division. You got a former world champion in there. R-Truth has won multiple tag team championships, sure. But this wasn't, hey, we hang in the division. They immediately told us we're the top of the division. And that doesn't make any sense to me. That, to me, seems very counterintuitive to what they did last year to do when they were doing such a great job of building the tag team division to the point where people were upset that they didn't make it onto the WrestleMania card. And it wasn't because they were creating hierarchies within the tag team division. It's because they created an ecosystem where anybody could be the top tag team at any moment. And that's not what they did here with this gauntlet match. It didn't land with me either, my friend.
And then why would it's another one of those Healy things of the MFT stopping the Wyatts? But why?
Yeah. You've got the lantern. That's all they want. I don't know why this is still going. It's annoying, Sancho, because I ended up being correct, but very monkey's paw correct, where one of the things that I said, this was now a while ago, is that, okay, I am down for them to focus on storytelling within the tag team division. Now, that feels like a natural evolution after just hey, just go out there and have banger matches.
Go ahead.
Let's tell stories here. And they tried to do that with the Wyatt Six and MFTs. And then that's the only story they told. Then they didn't tell any other stories, and it just kept going and going.
They added a little Motor City love where they're miscommunicating a little bit.
I'm talking about the previous 5 months, not just this episode of SmackDown.
They put everybody on ice.
They put everyone on ice. I was hoping to have stories that went a PLE cycle or two, bring in a new tag team, tell a story there, and have a narrative based division as opposed to just hey, we're just out here to have bangers. But they hyper focused entirely way too much and had tunnel vision on just doing MFT versus the Wyatt Six, which one was interesting at the beginning, eventually lost its legs, but you allowed it to play out for so long that one, it lost its legs, like I said, but two, you allowed the rest of the tag team division to completely go on ice. And now this gauntlet match, it just felt like a very lazy way to try to revive it. Remember all these tag teams? Here you go. Let them all have match. That doesn't, it's not a good way to revive this division.
You think Gargano's out?
I think he's gone. Yeah. Now, I know apparently he does still have time left on his contract, but that doesn't stop WWE from releasing him. I do think Gargano's gone. Where does this go? Realistically, what do you do with this?
Yeah. I think with the Oba thing, it's clear as day. They just wanted to, they let him get that one moment out, and then I just wish they just let him try to be Johnny Wrestling again. Like it was there. Like there was like something in that promo. I was like, there's something here, but it's like as if it's like if he was with Ciampa, right? And that is 1A, 1B type of situation. That pairing was locked forever. And I think Ciampa was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to be the guy that just puts people over on the tag team division. Like put me in with the United States title. I mean, it's interesting because with Ciampa, he was actually doing that. He was inserting himself into those open challenges, right? And they gave him the title for like a hot minute. Am I remembering this correctly? Like he won the title like for a hot second.
Sorry, who are you talking about?
Ciampa.
What
did he win the title or no? He got close to it.
Yeah,
he actually got the match.
He got the match.
Right.
Yeah, he did not win it. He did not win it.
No, but he got the match that he wanted, that he was pining for. I don't know. The division itself, I think it's the same thing with the Raw tag division where it's very simple and you're not executing what you have. You have Jey Uso, you have New Day, you have the Lucha Brothers, you have Motor City, and you're not using these guys that anybody who's a tag team wrestling fan would love. And I don't think it's a Triple H booking issue. I think it's just more of that. I think it's Santi. It's because we split the titles. We have too many tag team titles to work with now.
I don't think so. I just think
our own fault.
I don't think so.
What is the Usos? What are the Usos doing right now? The Usos doing right now.
Look. I don't think that's the problem.
Well, having a match with Alpha Academy.
I mean, if you'd let me fucking talk, then maybe I can tell you what I think the problem is. I think the problem is that they just don't care about tag team wrestling. Split titles, not split titles. I think we'd be in the exact same boat.
No way.
Yes way. We were in the boat when we had unified titles. That's why people wanted them to split them. And then we split them and we still have the problem. Actually, we split them and they were only able to make one division good. Raw tag team division died for a long time. But we had them together and it was still ass, Sancho. It wasn't because we had we had too much talent. That's what everyone was saying. Like, what do you mean we have all this talent? We have too much talent. But they still weren't featuring them, even with it being unified. I don't think the problem is unified, not unified, because we thought the problem was they were unified, and then we thought we'd fix the problem by splitting them. But look, the problems never went away. They just don't care about tag team wrestling.
Whoa. First off, the Usos had the titles, right? And they held them down forever, right? Because they were probably the And are you telling
me that's
the
Bloodline? That doesn't count.
Wait, it does count.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't because no one was complaining about the tag team division at that time.
I know. And then so it grew to the point to who beat them for the titles at a Mania main event night one.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Yeah.
Okay, and so it mattered. It definitely mattered. It just shows you that how far a title could get escalated.
That was the Bloodline story. Okay. There is no escalating the tag team titles to that point, split or not split.
But then who did the titles go to after that?
The Judgment Day.
Okay, and they held on for a while.
And then the division died. Then there was nobody in there. They were just making shit up. They went to Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, back to the Judgment Day.
Do you feel absurd? It gave us that moment, okay? Do you feel absurd? It was all worth it. It gave us yeet, by the way. That was
great. That's a great thing to get, Sancho. Yeah, you want another fucking yeet in our life? There's no fixing the problem by unifying the titles. The titles were problematic unified. That's why everybody was waving the flag to split them. We split them. We still have a problem. You unify them. You ain't fixing shit, buddy.
I would argue that it's working in the women's division because the tag team division gets featured on SmackDown and it gets featured on Raw. They're floating champions and it works because you get the little
Sancho. We've had problematic eras, years, half a decade of those titles not meaning anything. The problem isn't a amount of teams or amount of championships. The problem is it's either whether or not WWE wants to care or not. And we happen to be in a time where WWE wants to care about the women's tag team division, but you seem to be ignoring the previous 6 years where they didn't give a singular fuck about those tag titles.
I know. I'm saying that they figured it out. I'm saying
they haven't. They figured it out for this short period of time because they also figured it out a year and a half ago, and then they let them die. And then they figured it out, and this division is going to die eventually again. again.
No way!
Dead serious. It will die.
Irresistible Force are awesome. You hear the new team?
I mark my words, Sancho. It's like you don't want to learn from history. Those that do not learn from history are bound to repeat it. That is a famous line from Darth Vader or something like that. You will see, and I know it's like Abraham Lincoln or something. You will see this division die again. We thought they figured it out. It died. We thought they figured it out. It died. The problem isn't the number of titles. It's not the number of teams. It's WWE deciding to care or not care about the tag team division.
CEO Sancho West. I think like you are so caught up in the past. I think like right now we look at what we have in front of us, and what we have in front of us is great tag teams, but without a unifying force to put them all together. We could have had the Usos versus Motor City. Like we could have those kind of situations, and that only exists. I wouldn't say a unification with a floating tag team men's division. Thank you very much. I do declare the defense has rest, Your Honor.
I mean, you're not wrong. It would fix it if WWE then cared. I think that the current situation that we have of the split titles, they could fix it if they cared, if they tried, but they just don't. They go through these sequential times where sometimes they care, sometimes they don't. And your evidence of, look, they figured it out for the women's tag team division, I don't think it's evidence at all. If anything, it's proof that they sometimes care and sometimes don't.
Do you see in your world, in your cynical world, Santi, that Javon and Kofi could be tag team champions?
It'd be cool. I like that idea, and I like the idea of them eventually feuding. Whether this forms a tag team or a feud, I want to see where this goes. I really, really do. Especially if Xavier Woods is going to be out. I already like the potential animosity that it created with Grayson Waller. Like, hey, give us a minute. Like, wait, right? So I do think that there's something there. I think that's a slow burn. And and I'm interested in it, though. I am interested in it. This is a former world champion in Kofi we're talking about, too, right?
That's what it blew my mind that they gave us Javon versus Kofi for like free and for no build. It was just all of a sudden, boom, we're here. Javon versus Kofi. Javon was dealing with the Americanos, and all of a sudden, a singles match with Kofi. And it was just like, hey, today on Monday night, we got Javon versus Kofi. Like, wait a minute. There's so much stuff we could dig into. So I'm glad they kind of retconning this and going back into the pot there, because there's so much they could dig out of it. And I like how Kofi was just like, hey, man, brother, how together I could help. I could be your mentor. I was exactly like you. I was doing wrestling moves that no one's seen before, but you learned from me. And poor Grayson Waller, man, just a ghost without a house to haunt right now. You know,
homeless poltergeist.
Dude, I feel bad for him because
spare a spook, spare a haunt.
Well, I just feel like it's disgusting what happened to Grayson Waller, that he is a good soldier, as Karrion Kross said. He does everything well. He does his job to a T, no matter what you do, no matter what promo he's in, no matter what kind of segment he's in, commercial, on commercial. He delivers. He delivers what Grayson Waller's supposed to do. And what does he get? Javon coming in and stealing his thunder from down under.
Thunder down under.
Did you like when Rhea went, no?
No. I immediately pointed it out. Yes.
Yes.
You have Danhausen's curses here, Sancho. You wanted to talk about Danhausen? We've got two curses going on. I don't know if it disappears or like the Dom. Like, is that a curse that's still going on? We have the El Grande Americano curse. Funny enough, both guys that were set to go up against Penta.
Quick game. Give me your. I'm gonna say a Hausen. You say a Hausen. The first one to crack loses. Okay. I already said Jinder Mahausen.
That's good. JD McHausen. How did that get you? You're too easy. How did JD McHausen get? Actually, that's pretty good.
You could have named anyone else. I was gonna say Yoko Hausen. That was gonna be my next one. That would have been it.
I came up with a great one right off the rip.
You did. You knocked it out of the park. I find this such a fun ride, and you know why Danhausen's work is they're just throwing him out there as much as they can. He is, and you know what he is, dude? That dude's a content creator through and through. I've never seen so many social viral posts from anybody wrestler wise that just joined the company than Denhausen. Did you see his one when he went to the merch shop and the guy was buying a John Cena shirt? He's like, you don't want that shirt. You want one of these, Denhausen. It's such a nice shirt. And then he did the Yeethausen thing, and then he posted a picture of him with all the Jey Uso gear, and it says Yeethausen. It kind of reminds me of Snoop Dogg that creates his own language, like for Shizzle. Like that took off because everyone thought it was cool. Denhausen adding anything to it, there was a reason for it for the game, is cool. It's fun. It's a fun game that we're playing. And then even on a commercial, I've never seen a wrestler just sling his merch.
And it worked. And it didn't feel like, oh God, corporate is at it again trying to make money. It just felt correct with the character. And I love that he ran away, the lights turned off, and then they turned back on and you see him running. It's so good.
It's so good. And I love that everybody's in on it. You know, Adam Pearce gives it the same power. Nick Aldis gave it the same power. And it's all about him being in the character to a T. Like every single thing he does it fills the screen. And it just works so well. And then him being with the Miz Hausen is perfect, man. It's like, it's exciting because Miz plays that befuddled guy so well. And it's getting to the point, Santi, where he tweeted out, "Who should I curse next?" And I was this close to putting a gift of you, but then I got scared.
Dude, people were tagging me. People were tagging me to get cursed by Danhausen.
But the reason why it got me a little spooked is because, hey, as a Latino man, I believe in that stuff, bro. We listen, murders, war, it's like that stuff happens, but the occult, demons, the devil, the hell, no, we don't mess with that, dude. The movie that scares like universally every Latino is The Exorcist. It's a universal truth, borderline a stereotype that we're all terrified of The Exorcist. Oh yeah, I like the Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Scream, the Ghostface, but nah, Curse, I'm out.
I'm out.
Because you know what I thought? I thought like, dude, I don't want to curse you. Because one, what if it came true? I would feel bad.
What if I died?
I would feel bad.
Yeah, I would haunt you.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, you're just like going about your day and you just hear in the wind, it's gonna be Bloodline rules.
And that's the whole point. And then the second thought I had was like, what if the curse came back on me?
Yeah, man, you don't want that.
I don't want that.
You don't want that smoke.
It's amazing to see the turnaround. I mean, Shockmaster, the gobbledygooker, that was dead on water, DOA. But I have to commend the WWE for trusting and putting Denhausen back out there immediately. Because if they try to hide him and like, oh no one likes this, they boot it. Let's keep him away. But they doubled down on him and then they tripled down on him. And I think that's what's working. And I think that's what gets everybody excited is that, hey, this guy it's kind of like we booed him, but he's working through that boo. Like, damn. And you're even funnier after we boo you? All right, we're in.
It's good stuff, man. All right, let's get to new heat order here, folks.
Very nice.
You can't leave. You have to stay for it all.
You can't leave, or you are cursed.
But we don't really mean it. We don't actually want to curse you, so stay.
What happened to OG Americano? I thought they were gonna cut to him just being in the toilet or something.
Okay, I will criticize that. Like, they should have shown us some like series of unfortunate events happening to him, right?
Yeah,
just like tripping, he has the shits, whatever.
No, just blasting to the toilet, dude.
Just blasting ass.
I can't get to the ring. I can't get.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't just an off-screen whatever. I would have liked to see the series of unfortunate events.
Yes. Like he's
also. Can you clarify with me? The Miz is not cursed. He's been threatened to be cursed.
He said. What did he say? He said directly like,
"If you don't help me, you are cursed.
If you don't help me, I will have to curse you."
Yeah. Okay. So he's got a threatened curse. He's not cursed yet.
He's not.
How much worse can it get for the Miz?
He hasn't had a singles victory in a long time.
Yeah, he's already cursed.
True. They could put him back in another Marine movie.
That's the curse.
Let's talk about the new heat order, folks. For those of you who know, it's the buzz, the excitement. I don't leave. What do we say? Don't want to be cursed. This is the new Heat Orderhausen. This is from last week. You really nailed it with JD McDonough.
JD McHausen.
All right. Number 10 of the new Heat order was Nick Aldis. Number 9, Obafemi. Number 8, Nia Jax. Last legend, the Irresistible Forces. Number 7, Randy Orton. Number 8, Raquel Rodriguez. Number 5, Penta. Number 4, Roman Reigns. Number 3, CM Punk. Number 2, Seth Rollins. Number 1, Danhausen. Who do you have as your number 1 new Heat order?
Number 1.
Could you put Jimmy and the Usos?
I mean, I'm between Finn, the Usos, or Punk.
What was the first thing that you let out in your video, YouTube video that's going out?
It was the Punk and
there you go.
Uso stuff, and that was the thumbnail.
Was it Punk or Uso? Who's the bigger picture on that thumbnail?
It's still Punk.
All right,
I think I gotta go Punk.
There you go. There you go. There you go. One day I will be on the thumbnail, and when I do be on the thumbnail, it'll be your first podcast video on your channel to hit 100K views.
You think so?
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. You don't understand. I got people at McDonald's telling me to get on the thumbnail.
Yeah, the people that you didn't donate to?
Yeah, I got Greg. I got Ronald McHausen. I got Greg Miller from Kind of Funny asking me, am I on the thumbnail?
Dude, I'll put Greg before I put you. I'll put Greg before. And he hasn't even been a part of an episode.
Well, to be fair, you appeared on their episode. Remember their Mania show that they
put
had?
Me on the thumbnail.
They did. Shout out to Ruben at McDonald's. Shouts to Ruben. So number 2, the Usos.
Yeah, let's do the Usos, and then 3, Finn.
Okay. Question. I should have asked you this earlier. Does this get Finn Balor back into the main event, and does he become a heavyweight champion?
I'm not ready to say
no,
yes or no. No. This doesn't. No. If your question is this, no. It gets him into me caring about his high mid card feud, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Wow. Number 4, Judgment Day as a whole.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we can do Judgment Day as a group. I can't believe like Cody Rhodes won the WWE Championship, and we're not even like we're barely even considering him top 5. I think maybe Cody after Judgment. Like I don't know, man. I was more interested in the Judgment Day stuff and Finn than Cody just winning the WWE Championship straight up again.
As Danhausen calls him, Corey Rhodes. No, I think the thing about Cody is not necessarily fatigue. It's because it's not the means to the end. This wasn't, Cody got the belt back. Yeah. It's Cody got the belt back. Now we got Cody versus Randy. Like the payoff hasn't happened yet. Does that make sense?
I hear you. Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, there's a little that bit me a little bit, like ow, like ooh. I hear you.
I hear you.
Chimama. Number 6. Number 6.
Penta? Talked a lot about him in this episode.
You wanted it too, so I agree. Penta being the new IC title holder.
Yeah.
And then first title defense as well, actually. Number 7.
Masked Men.
Seth Man.
And I don't think I don't think Seth or the Masked Man are in this list, brother.
You're right. It probably sounded so cool on paper. They're like,
What about, obviously he lost, but like the conversation is deep here about Drew McIntyre. It's a different type of buzz.
It's not for the good reason, that's for sure. I just hate the idea that, I don't know, it just blows my mind that, again, you're right. He's literally just riding on the side of the road. And you're in Disneyland. No, and you know what? I'm hoping this SmackDown makes me care about McIntyre and Jacob Fatu.
Dude, he better come with lawyers. Like, hey, can we address this plot hole? They're not going to.
What if he gets his hands on Nick Aldis?
That's interesting, sure. He's not going to. It'll be Fatu. It'll be
Do you
Fatu.
even care who took out Fatu at this moment?
I don't think
that's
they give
still
a damn.
mystery.
I don't think they gave a damn.
You don't. What about who took out Jey Uso? That's still a mystery.
I don't think they give a damn.
Oh, tell about the Tribal Chief.
All right, what do we got?
Roman?
We're
Number
at
8, Roman.
He wasn't on TV. That's our rule.
That's a good rule. Any love for Rhea, Jade? Any love for the new Ivy Nile? Shouts to Ivy Nile. Did great in that gauntlet.
Irresistible Forces. Did you like them?
They didn't do anything. I like their new song. New song still.
It's dope.
Do you like the number 1 contender, Bailey? I don't like that it's the matches in San Antonio. That tells me like shenanigans are leading up. I thought it would be a match for Mania. So.
Okay, give me Bailey. Okay, we can put Bailey in here.
Okay. My daughter got her first wrestling women's superstar. Who do you think she picked? And
Alexa
it was
Bliss.
It was in a like a used wrestling like section. So there wasn't a box or anything. It was just a bunch of them in like Ziploc bags.
Becky Lynch.
You could look, but you can't touch.
Nice. Where are they?
I don't know.
Yeah. Where'd they go?
Number 9. Who do we got?
I knew I couldn't touch, but apparently now we can't even look.
No, you're not allowed. Number 9, sir. Maybe Javon Kofi. That's a little bit young. That's starting. Raquel had a good showing, but she's already been roped in the Judgment Day.
What about Oba? Oba and Rusev. We didn't really talk about that. Oba,
grab me!
Grab me! We had Oba doing what he did to Johnny Gargano and to Rusev. Yeah, put him on there. Oh, Danhausen. Let's put Danhausen 9 and Oba 10.
I think we have to have him on our list going forward at all times.
Yeah, we don't want to be cursed.
Danhausen. All right, folks. There's your list.
If he doesn't make a top 10, we just for that week have 11.
He's on the list. Question for you, quickly. Vengeance. Anything popping from there from NXT?
It was just a good show, but like nothing that like really popped out at me from that show that's worth.
Joe
really
Henry,
sinking.
Good champion, bad champion,
Fine match. I think what's interesting is that it looks like they're going to be doing something with Ethan Page again as NXT champion potentially, which I don't want. Not because I don't want Ethan Page as NXT champion, but because I want him on the main roster.
Okay. Any love for Tony D, dude? With this crazy?
Literally none. I am not interested at all in Tony D.
Wow. No.
You gonna rat me out to Tony D?
No. Because they're already gonna take care of you later. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna show up. You're gonna grab an orange. That's right. You're gonna grab an orange, and all of a sudden, a car is gonna drive up slowly to you, and you're done. Then you've been cursed. Number 10. Number 10, Oba. Number 9, Danhausen. Number 8, Bailey. Number 7, Drew McIntyre. Number 6, Penta. Number 5, Corey Rhodes. Number 4, Judgment Dayhausen. Number 3, Finn Balorhausen. Number 2, the Usohausen. Number 1, CM Punkhausen. Pepsi Phil. Phil Pepsi, as he calls him.
Phil Pepsi. Folks, thank you guys very much for listening to this episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast. Again, remember that one of the perks of our $15 patrons is that they are producers on the show and get their name read out here at the end of the show. So an extra special thank you goes out to Daddy Dom was Rob, Justice for Dirty Dom, 414 Russ, Toasty, Eos Alguero, Acknowledge the Pressure, Active D4C, Adri Bestie. What?
Acknowledge the pressure.
Yeah, the pressure is becoming a meme in my community. yeah, it's starting to take off. It's becoming a new brain rot in my community. It'll slowly start to filter into yours soon, probably. Aco 4559.
We talk about the pressure.
Yeah, Abreem Zuda, Alex, Alfie the Chosen One, Amalek, American Nightmare, Cody Lander, Anthony Blaze, Antonio Arjona, Antony, Eric's, Ariel Pacheco, Arrogance, Arturo Gonzalez, Ashley, Ashlyn Poole, Ozzy Kingslayer, Austin, The Pressure Theory, Avada Wepa, Baldy, Ben Phillip, Be Hostile, Blenda, Blue Bat Loves Wrestling, Blue Cord, Bluefish, Brad Davis, Braden Primo, Brody Cyphers, Bronk, Leg Snar, Ponytail Bitch, Brian Gallardo, Bubba the Big Fella, Bunny Swag, Cameron Warren, Cameron Talks WWE, Carlito, KCR, CB, Chad, Chainster, Chandler, Swinford.
Quick pause, real quick. This whole Logan NFL thing, I know we never talked about, but it's just Logan trying to get work and eyes on WWE in my world.
I mean, I still think he put his foot in his mouth. It just made him look bad that he had to back out. It was not a good look.
I think he knew he had to back out. Santi, if you were signed full time, there's no way you could compete outside in a boxing
Okay, if
match.
he knew well, no, he's been, well, yeah, full time. You're right, and going into Mania, terrible idea. Even if he is trying to get eyes, all it did was get negativity on him in not the right way. Just
And,
it made him look like he bitched out. Unfortunately,
mm,
I do believe that they told him no, he can't, but he should have had a better wherewithal to recognize that he couldn't do anything with the smoke that he was asking for at this time of the year. I thought it was an unfortunate bad look, because I do think that Logan Paul would beat the absolute peppers out of Le'Veon Bell. I really do think so.
lemon pepper
The
stepper.
lemon peppers. I think he would absolutely rock his shit. But now he just looks like the guy that ducked. I think it's just a bad idea. Chew Poppy, Chris Butner Lucas, Chris Kyle, Christian Anderson, Chucky Gonzalez, Colby Mayo, Connor Harris, Cool Whip Tim, Corey King, Cowboys fans go to the mall to buy dildos, Cucumber in the bum, Damian Martinez, Dan Housen, Poof, Dan Schuberth, Darth Squiggle, Dejan Salgado, Derek Barnhart, Diarrhea Must Pose, D. Lopez, Dominic DeCoco, Drake Hughley, Eagle Steve, Egg Toast, El Juan de Americano, El Joshi, Eric Ruiz Romero. Hey, it's Finn Balor fans. Are we back? Hey, Isatch is too sleepy to think of a clever name. Fletcher Walpole, FMFCMA, Foster JK, Freddie Trejo, Frenzy Wrestling, Freezer, Fugnux, F as in Fugnux, U as in Ugnux, Gaming Nerd 315, Gilbert Deans, Glass Eater, Godspeed, Goonhausen, Goose, Lesnar, GXA Man, Hey Shakes, I'm Rick James, bitch, I've missed Undertaker's dong, Ilya Jerkinov, Isaiah Schefter, Issa says week 13, asking Santi to pay for my WrestleMania ticket, it's Mista, it's Bogey, it's Astro Kid, Jack Gibley, Jack Harris, Jacob Dom, Adorn, Jacob Mueller, Jacob Saffel, Jake, James Armin, James Smith, Jared Hernandez, Jason Flint, Jason Vane, Javier Rodriguez, Jack Steller, Javion McDuffie, J.C. Worley, Jeremiah Alston, Jeremiah Finley, Jeremiah Kelly, Jahihi, Ahihi, Joe Benitez, Joe Exotic, Joe Velez, Joey Romick, Joey Wrestling 86, Jonathan Cox, Johnny Moore, Johnny Owens, Jordy Marte, Jose Olivares, Josue Navarro, Juan Lomelli, Juan Vega, Julian Asarfi, Julian Wainwright, Jr., Justin Brooks, Justin Perkins, Caleb Martin, keep Sancho's name out your effing mouth, Kevin Bega, Kevin Clark, Kiana James Glazer, Kilo SC2, KJT, Cody Barker, Christopher Gutierrez, Lawrence Richard, Liam, Lil Shifu, Living Illusion, Logan Ward, Look, It's Pac-Man, Wepa, Luis Jimenez, Luisito El Calvo, Majed, Mal de Sol Ruca, Pressure, Mark, Marnie YCSM, Mason, Matthew Oberg, Matthew Watkins, Mossy, Mackay, Meredith Lee, Michael Moraine, Michael III, Miguel Paredes, Minoru Suzuki is goaded, Muhammad Albanai, The Gibby Fresh Zap, Nathan Tully, Nicholas Protopapas, Nicholas Kyle, Nihilus, NyQuil Pad, Noah, Noradin was Noradin, Obi Nobi, Oil Up Now Santi, Old Man Rican, Oliver Hammonds, Omar Gazawi, Oscar, OV1 Kenobi, Papa Bear, Pat Arpat, Mick Mark, Peyton Muscleman, Philip Dumas, Piper Nevin is Goated / Raquel Theory fell to shit, Frody, Prince Vegeta, Puppets Banker Johnson, Randomly Chosen, Rangadog, Rainer, Reaper, God, Red Hot, Wepa Peppas, Rick Mar 1R, Ricky Dutcher, Rose City Savage, Roman Reigns is Vin Diesel of WWE, Ryan Halberg, Ryan Munez, Ryan Spradley, Riley, Sadie Brink, Sammy Loves Santi, Sancho doesn't get a safe space or the thumbnail. Sancho doesn't like donating to charities. Sancho Hausen and his McDonald's charity. Santiago Sauce God, Saudi Rick Boogs, Saudi Savage Field,
Saudi Rick
Scotland.
Boogs. That's a classic, dude.
Yeah,
Saudi
that's a
Rick
classic.
Boogs
He's a classic.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Sean Sampson, Shitstain Nakamura, Sir Crates, Slayer, Stay True, Sugar Shane, Super Malachi Galaxy. Take a shot every time Sancho says Goodall. The Patriots own the Chargers. The Vancouver Rim Job. The Vanilla Joe Rilla. The LA Knight Mega Glazer Jacob Kufis. The Final Boss Bloodline Rules. Tom Lehman. Tom Dodd. Trevor Harder. Trevor Shiflett. Turner Dahl. Tycho. Tyler Bouchard. Tyler Logan. Tyler McGarry. Undead T429. Unknown Zero. Utah Beach. Vegan Penguin. Venom D. Tyler. Very nice. Very evil. Very Wepa. Verzo Voidsy Wade. Wow, this is a record number, by the way. Juan Pablo III, Wayne Heiser, Wayne 082, Wepa Group LLC, White Mexican, Wody, William Newton, Wyatt, Zach Mira, Yo Girl Side, Zach Griffin, Zach Butcher, A2K, Zeke Love, Zergzito, Osaka, BBNJ, and Gracias. Thank you guys for a record number of producers here. It goes obviously a huge long way for us, but it's also a reminder that I think our first episode we read out like one person, so to go out to this many people is pretty insane. But guys, thank you guys very much for watching and listening to this episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast. You guys take care, be wonderful people, and goodbye.